The following is an exclusive presentation of the Auburn Sports Network, a division of Playfly Sports.
Auburn is 4-1 in holiday Hoopsgiving. The last time the Tigers played a game that counts here, they punched their ticket to the Final Four. Time to continue Auburn's strong play in the ATL. Today against Chattanooga. The CB&S Bank countdown to tip-off starts now.
Exclusive pregame coverage of the Tigers begins now with the CB&S Bank countdown to tip-off. Coming up, analysis, interviews, and a look around college basketball, all to get you ready for Auburn basketball. CB&S Bank has a long history of stability, and just like Auburn University, we have a legacy of serving our community's needs for generations. Alongside Coach Randall Dickey, here's the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham.
And good afternoon, and we welcome you back to Atlanta and State Farm Arena, where today Auburn faces Chattanooga. It will be Auburn's final game before it heads to Indianapolis next Saturday to face the top 5 Boilermakers. Along with Randall Dickey, I'm Andy Burcham. Brad Law will join us from the Auburn Sports Network. The Auburn game likely will be a little bit late starting. The game preceding Auburn's here in Atlanta matches Georgia and Cincinnati. The Bulldogs have a 63-57 lead with 5 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the second half of that one. All right, Randall, news right off the bat for Auburn today. And the only thing that we know at this point, there is a medical condition with regard to Emeka Opurum. Auburn will lose the 7-footer, the transfer from Butler Community College and originally out of Lagos, Nigeria. Auburn loses him for the rest of the season. And certainly our thoughts and prayers are with Emeka. He is with the team today, but with regard to what that does to Auburn on the floor, it certainly takes away some depth, especially on the inside for the Tigers.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt. I think it adds a little bit more pressure and a little bit more an open window for Philip Jovic and Sebastian Williams-Adams. I think those two guys are going to have to fill that space. I think they thought Emeka could come along by the first of the year, be in the rotation, increase that number, because anytime that you go into league play, the deeper you are, more depth that you have, especially when you get in foul trouble, certainly shows up. But the two young big guys, along with Keyshawn Murphy, certainly Keyshawn Hall, will just have to carry the load.
With regard to Sebastian Williams-Adams, you mentioned a sway, and Auburn is making a change in its starting lineup. He will go to the 3 or to the 4 today, and they'll move Keyshawn Hall to the 3 today, and Elijah Freeman will come off the bench today for the Tigers.
Well, I think that's good preparation, especially going into next week when we go to Indianapolis and play the Boilermakers, which is very big on the front line. We're going to have to play a bigger team, certainly on the front line going into league play. So this is a good time to take a look at that lineup, see how the flow offensively, transition, and defensively, how it goes. But Philip Jovich is going to have to come in, spark the Tigers. One of those 3 spots, and that rotation will continue throughout the game with one of those 4 guys in those 2 positions.
No question about that. Georgia has just gone up 67-57 with 4:18 to go in the second half in the game. That leads into the Auburn-Chattanooga game. This is an arena, boy, where Auburn has been coming for quite some time. This will be the 6th game that Auburn has played in this series, Holiday Hoopsgiving in December. Auburn came here in late October, played an exhibition game, played very well in that exhibition win against Memphis, and certainly cannot forget the 2 games played here last March as Auburn played both Michigan and Michigan State in the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8 to advance to the Final Four in San Antonio. This building has been good to Auburn, and Auburn has been good to Atlanta. Big Auburn crowds here every time the Tigers play.
Well, the Tigers have brought some really good basketball teams up here. Atlanta probably is one of the 3 or 4 largest alumni bases for Auburn University. It gives the fans an opportunity to see the team that may not necessarily get to Neville Arena during the year. So
that's
looking for a good crowd today from the alumni. Looking forward to seeing kind of what type of, especially with this change of a lineup, but this building will always hold a special place in my heart. Winning here, going to the Final Four last year will etch in stone in my mind forever, because what 2 great outings the Tigers played, and also punching their ticket to go to San Antonio is something that will forever be remembered.
No question about that. And this Auburn ball club now trying to bounce back from a dominating loss at Arizona a week ago. The Tigers had a 5-point lead at one point of the first half. Arizona made a run to go up double figures. Auburn cut into that lead, had the lead at 12 at the half, but Arizona came out on fire, outscored Auburn 18-2 to open the second half. But perhaps the most alarming part of that, Randall, was the fact that Arizona scored 60 points in the paint against Auburn a week ago.
Well, it's kind of one of those nights, and you have those. I'm not sure Arizona can play any better the rest of the season than they played against the Tigers in Tucson that night. And I'm not for sure that the Tigers, we know they can play better defense. We know that we can be much more productive inside the paint than what we were out there. It was just one of those nights, kind of hit a buzzsaw, chalk it up for experience, but you got to take your hat off to Arizona. They're certainly one of the top 3 or 4 teams in the country. They're certainly one of the teams that is going to be there in March, and if they stay healthy, they're going to be one of the teams that's picked that could walk away with a trophy at the end of the year in the Final Four as well.
Auburn was playing, well, they'd played 3 games in Las Vegas, came home, played NC State in the ACC SEC Challenge, and then 2 days later made the journey to Tucson, Arizona. I'm not trying to take anything away from Arizona. That's a very, very good ball club. But Arizona had a week to prepare for Auburn, and it looked like it. They were ready for the Tigers coming in.
Oh, they were on fire, and anytime that you shoot a percentage in the 60s, you know, that bucket looks really big. That's not going to happen throughout the course of the year. Overall, you're glad to be in the mid-40s is exceptional. But they were in the 60s. They shot it in. They played magical. I think they knew that they had to play their best against Auburn. And I'm not sure that the Auburn Tigers were quite ready for what Arizona was going to throw at them. And this is something that it's kind of a learning experience early in the year. It's going to be a big test. I'm anxious to see this game today. Also, right before Christmas, going into Indianapolis, playing the Boilermakers, which has been in the top 5 all year long.
They've been a number 1 team.
And see how that we respond, because I think at times we can really play with anybody in the country. I think what Coach Pearl and the staff is trying to do is trying to get the Tigers ready to play that way every night out, and hopefully we graduate, mature as the season goes on, that we do that.
This is a team in Chattanooga today, and especially now, because they've lost a lot of their bigs to injuries coming in to this ball game today. This is a team that will shoot the 3, and they will shoot the 3 at all 5 positions, especially the 4 guards that they put on the floor, Randall, and they will shoot the 3 at any point of the game. And Auburn has to play patiently defensively, but it has to get out and guard that three because this Chattanooga ball club can flat out fog it from the outside. Almost 12 made threes per game this season, which is number 10 in the NCAA.
Well, they're going to try to spread you out. They're going to try to penetrate really hard, and they're going to try to open up the lane for the defense to collapse. And then what they're really good at is pitching it out and looking for open shots from the three line. The Tigers have got to limit those, and that's one of my keys going in is you've got to be able to really cover that three-point line with a hand in their face, also utilizing the size that the Tigers have. But you can't create negatives. You can't run out there, challenge the shots, foul on three-point shots, get in kind of a foul trouble mode, or let them get in an offensive flow where they're really shooting it down from the perimeter. That causes you some myriad of problems in the front line. So it's going to be a good challenge for the Tigers. It's going to be anxious to see how we accept that challenge today.
Here's another stat for you. When Auburn wins, it distributes the ball well. It shares the ball. When it doesn't win, it doesn't do it very well. All three of Auburn's losses, the Tigers are averaging about 6 assists per game. As a team this season, Auburn is averaging 13 a game. And when Auburn wins, they're averaging about 15 a ball game. They have to continue to do that here today.
That's for sure. It's complementary basketball. It's you always have the old saying is if you score, it's because the other four guys got you open and helped you. So it's a team game. So anytime that you can spread the wealth as far as sharing the basketball, creating assists on the number of made baskets you have, certainly tells a lot of tales statistically of any basketball game, especially the Tigers, because they're built that way.
3 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in the second half of the game that leads into Auburn and Chattanooga. And Georgia starting to pull away from Cincinnati. The Bulldogs lead the Bearcats 70-58. Cincinnati jumped out to a pretty good lead early. It went back and forth. The game was tied at 37 at the half. Georgia has taken control of this ball game in the last 8 or 9 minutes and is starting to pull away from Cincinnati. Be a big win for Georgia. Oh, by the way, this Georgia ball club is who Auburn opened Southeastern Conference play with the first weekend after the New Year's in Athens.
I think it's January the 3rd. I think we get a chance, both teams, to get a look at each other today up close and personal. I don't think there's any doubt that the staff is here scouting the Bulldogs. You get a chance, and that doesn't happen very often in league plays. You get a chance to see a team in your league play in person prior to.
I'm guessing Georgia will probably stick around and scout Auburn afterwards today too.
I don't think there's any doubt because Georgia's in. They're not as big this year. They're a much different basketball team, a lot like we are in Auburn. So I just think that it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be an outstanding game, and it's always inviting to go to Athens and play the Bulldogs. To open up league play is even better.
Auburn and Chattanooga today. Auburn is then off. It will go to Indianapolis next Friday, play against the Boilermakers of Purdue. A week from today at 5:30, our coverage begins at 5 from Gainbridge Fieldhouse. And then Auburn is off until the 29th when Queens University of Charlotte, North Carolina, comes in for a 9 o'clock game. And then Southeastern Conference play begins, as Randall mentioned, on January 3rd in Athens, Georgia. 2:53 to go in the Georgia game against Cincinnati. The Bulldogs lead it by a score of 70-59. Obviously, our game today, Auburn and Chattanooga, is going to be starting a little bit later than expected. Today's 60-Second Scout is presented by Sensogreen, proud sponsor of Auburn Athletics. The experts at Sensogreen with Carrier create a cool indoor retreat for heating, cooling, and insulation. Here's Matt Gatens with the 60-Second Scout of Chattanooga.
Yeah, this is a very strong program. This is a team that was picked to win the SoCon League preseason, won the NIT last year. So very well-coached ball club, skilled. They shoot a lot of threes, top 20 in the country in 3-point attempted, and top 20 in the country in assist rate. So a team that really shares it, really shoots it. We'll look to shoot threes in transition. So we got to be really connected in our defense, closing out the shooters, guard the ball one-on-one. And then they really, really cut hard in the half court. So got to be great guarding against the back cuts and be the more physical team.
What do you expect from the Mocs from a defensive standpoint?
They'll mix up defenses, a little bit of three-quarter pressing, some zone, the man-to-man. But I think they'll be scrappy, probably trapping the post, and trying to counter our physicality and size. So, but we're ready. We've had a good few days of practice here leading up, a little time off, getting some rest. So our guys are ready to go and can't wait.
What challenge does Chattanooga bring with as many threes as they will potentially shoot here today in Atlanta?
Yeah, it just stretches your defense. And they have so many different guys that can shoot it. So it's just you're maybe not as heavy in the gap. So you're more one-on-one on the ball. So it puts a lot of pressure on that guy guarding the ball when the guys, your teammates are worried about the shooters. So it's a challenge, but we've done a pretty good job in practice, and our guys are been locked in.
And that's our scout of Chattanooga. Brad Law joins us after the break with the SEC report when the CB&S Bank countdown to tip-off continues in a moment.
At CB&S Bank, tradition runs deep. Since 1906, we've been serving families and communities with stability you can count on. And today, that legacy of service continues. Recognized by American Banker as the 16th best performing bank nationally and #1 in Alabama in their asset category. Being a team member is who we are, which is why we're proud to support Auburn University athletics. So, bank with the best. Visit cbsbank.com to learn more. CB&S Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
He's got the speed. He's got room. He's going to score.
No one gets you closer to the game than Sirius XM College Sports Radio.
For the win. Got it. Let's go.
Tune in for news, talk, and analysis from the offseason through regular season and into the postseason. We've got your team covered anywhere you go.
Deep to center field. Oh, it's gone.
Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 2025.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric, and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
The Auburn spirit. It's what drives champions on the field and in business. At the Harvard College of Business, that same passion shapes the next generation of leaders. With a personalized, hands-on approach, we prepare students for success, whether in the boardroom or big moments in life. Auburn pride, Auburn innovation. Harvard College of Business, inspiring business. Visit harvard.auburn.edu to learn more.
The Raymond J. Harvard College of Business presents the SEC Report. A look around the deepest, most challenging conference in college basketball. Accelerate your career with an online MBA from the Harvard College of Business. Learn why they're ranked among the nation's best at harvard.auburn.edu.
Eventually, we're going to have basketball, and Auburn will be one of a dozen SEC teams in action on this second Saturday in December. The game before the Tigers in Chattanooga running long, expectedly. Georgia leads Cincinnati 75-63, still a minute 44 to go in that game. And after that, they'll put, we think, 22 or 25 minutes on the clock, and we'll be able to give you some specifics about how far away we are from tip-off. But when they schedule these multi-team events, they usually schedule them about 2.5 hours apart, tentatively, and we are not going to be tipping at 3:31 Central Time, as was the original plan. So we'll keep you posted. As we mentioned, it is a busy day across SEC basketball, so let's get to the three games that are in progress right now. We mentioned Georgia and Cincinnati, the game before ours. They also don't have live stats working at the venue right now, but Georgia's pulling away from Cincinnati 77-63. This was tied at the half. Georgia has just been too powerful in the second half. It's been a big day for Blue Kane. He's at 22 points for the Bulldogs, who have extended their lead to 14, now 77-63 with under 2 minutes to go in the contest. They're plus 14. Georgia's plus 14 in the second half alone. Kane with 20 points on the day, also 15 points for Jeremiah Wilkinson for the Bulldogs. And so Georgia's going to move to 9-1 on the season. It'll be the second straight year that Georgia starts 9-1 under Mike White. Now, moving to the other games that are in progress now. 18th ranked Florida taking on George Washington. Gators led by 3 at halftime in Sunrise, Florida. This is part of a doubleheader with Florida State. The Seminoles lost their game to Frank Martin's UMass team to start the day in Sunrise. And right now, the Gators are proving too much for GW in the second half. Florida's opened up a 20-point lead. It's now 54-34, and they've got 12 minutes to go. Too much. Thomas Houck, he's got 13 points. But it's Xavier Lee that is the story for Florida offensively. He's got 16 points, 6 rebounds. He's knocked down 3 threes. Florida as a team is only 5 of 24 from beyond the arc, but Lee has 3 of those. And Gators in the first 8.5 minutes of the second half have limited the Revolutionaries to just 9 points. And they changed their name from the Colonials to the Revolutionaries. So big Florida advantage in the second half. Gators lead it now by 18 with 11.5 minutes to go in the ballgame in Sunrise, Florida. Gators 54, George Washington 36. Ole Miss led Southern Miss by 2 at the break. They're playing this game in Biloxi. And it's Southern Miss who has reversed the fortunes in the second half. They're doubling up the Rebels, 14-7 so far in the second stanza. Southern Miss has heated up offensively. They now lead Ole Miss 43-39. Still a lot of time to go, 13.5 minutes. Ole Miss trying to find some consistency. This is a Rebels team that started the year 5-0. But the Rebels have lost 4 straight. Iowa, Utah, Miami, St. John's, power conference teams. And today down in Biloxi taking on Southern Miss trying to get right, but it has been a struggle. Rebels are shooting under 40% for the game, just 3 of 14 from long range, and Ole Miss is getting out-rebounded so far. Southern Miss is +5 on the glass, and as a result, the Golden Eagles lead the Rebels 43-40, 13.5 minutes to go in that matchup. Now, let's get to the other matchups. 2 finals in the league already today. The 251st edition of Bedlam. Today in Oklahoma City, the Sooners dealt the Cowboys their first loss of the year, 85-76. Oklahoma dominated the final 8 minutes of the game. Xavier Brown led the Sooners 21 points, their 3rd straight win over their in-state rivals. It gets Oklahoma to 7-3 on the year. Arkansas topped Texas Tech in a top 20 battle in Dallas. Red Raiders led by 10 in the first half, but the Hogs steadily climbed back in, took their first lead of the game late in the first half, and then won the second half.
Here come the Red Raiders. They still got a shot. Petty, top of the circle. 3-pointer, no good. Brazil keeps the rebound alive. Bats it over to Richmond. Hogs in transition. Billy lobs for Knox and a throwdown. Arkansas is up by 8 with 24 seconds to go.
Chuck Barrett on the call from Learfield. Carter Knox with a big day. Trayvon Brazil's double-double paced the Razorbacks. 24 points, 10 rebounds. It spoiled a 30-point game for Texas Tech's J.T. Toppin. Staggered start times for the rest of the night in the league. At 5:30, 15th-ranked Vanderbilt aims to extend its unbeaten streak to 10-0 against Central Arkansas. At 6, it's South Carolina at home against the Citadel. It's been nearly a decade since Indiana and Kentucky have squared off, but they will tonight in Lexington, where the Cats are 8-3 all-time against the Hoosiers. Kentucky's 6-4 this season. None of those wins have come against teams in the top 100 of the net ratings. Indiana started 7-0. Before dropping their first 2 Big Ten games. Got right last time out against Penn State. Game time at Rupp Arena, 6:30 Central for the Hoosiers and the Wildcats. In New Orleans tonight, LSU clashes with SMU. Been 2012 since LSU played a game in the Crescent City. Pair of one-loss teams at 7:30 tonight. Balanced scoring for the Mustangs. All 5 of their starters average double figures. Not a deep bench, but good productivity out of the first 5. Tigers trying to get their offense going again from long range. LSU made just 7 of 43 combined three-point attempts in 2 games last week, a win and a loss. Now in Birmingham tonight, they're still selling tickets for top-ranked Arizona against Alabama. 5th-ranked opponent for the Wildcats so far this year. They're 4-0 in those matchups. 5th-ranked opponent for the Crimson Tide as well. They're 2-2 in those other 4 matchups. It'll be an 8:30 start tonight at the BJCC. And the nightcap in the conference is in Salt Lake City, where Mississippi State battles Utah. Bulldogs are 4-5, and outside of Josh Hubbard, they've struggled to score points. Hubbard gets over 21 a game, but the team ranks 185th nationally in scoring, right around middle of the pack. The Utes, though, have been sliding. They're losers of 3 of their last 5 They'll get going at 9 Central in Salt Lake City. That's a look at the SEC report. A quick update from the Army-Navy game. Army leads Navy 10-7. They're just about to go to halftime in that classic matchup. We are counting it down to the Tigers and Chattanooga. When we come back, Andy Burcham's exclusive pregame conversation with Auburn head coach Stephen Pearl. Stay with us. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Get ready, Auburn. The ultimate hunting and outdoor experience is coming soon with Winter Timber Outdoors. For those who know the difference, we've got you covered. From premium firearms and trusted ammo to the largest selection of knives and Sitka gear built for the extreme. Winter Timber Outdoors is your one-stop hunting shop. Plus, check out our lifestyle apparel and our on-cloud running shoes. Find us at 2049 East University Drive across from the Auburn Mall next to Walmart or online at wintertimberoutdoors.com.
The Goose Performing Arts Center at Auburn University is Alabama's premier destination for the arts, bringing you the very best of Broadway, dance, music, and more. Learn more about upcoming performances and see the calendar of events online at gougecenter.auburn.edu. That's GOGUE center.auburn.edu. Or call the box office 334-844-TIXS.
1907. Auburn had no paved roads, no local newspaper, a few automobiles, very little electricity or indoor plumbing, and one bank, Auburn Bank. For all these years, we've had a part in shaping and serving Auburn, Opelika, and East Alabama, a steadfast partner to our customers, meeting financial needs at just the right times. How do we know our community so well? Because we've grown up together. Auburn Bank, champions of you. Member FDIC, online at auburnbank.com.
This is Ray Hornsby at Affordable Comfort Cooling Systems and Plumbing. We believe our work is more than just AC and plumbing repairs. It is about serving people with integrity and care. As a Christian-owned company, we take Colossians 3:23 to heart. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for men. That's why at ACCS and Plumbing, we do the job right the first time and always stand behind our work. Honest service, faith-driven values. Give us a call today or visit accsauburn.com to learn more. That's accsauburn.com.
Alabama license number 12084.
Ford presents our exclusive pregame visit with head coach Stephen Pearl. Visit your local Ford dealer, proud sponsor of the Auburn Tigers. Here's Andy Burcham with Coach Pearl.
A year ago, well, your life changes here with a mad dash back to Auburn for the birth of your daughter, right?
Yeah, I told the guys today and filmed the story. It was pretty funny. A lot of them hadn't heard it because Todd and Blake and some of the walk-ons were the only ones that were here. So got to tell them that story this morning, which was fun. So had some flashbacks last night, maybe some PTSD a little bit. But yeah, obviously a special weekend for our family. Daughter turns 1 tomorrow. So hopefully I asked the guys, can we get a strong performance tonight so we can enjoy Laney's birthday tomorrow?
Better defend the 3 here today.
There's no doubt. Half their shots and half their points come from 3 at least. So it's really important. It's what they do really well. They have, 8 or 9 guys that are better from 3 than 2. So they all shoot it well. So we got to do a great job on penetration, not giving bad help and staring at the ball. The second you get caught standing up, they're either going to hit a 3-point shooter or they're going to hit you at the back door. So we got to do a great job of being in a stance for 40 minutes, locating shooters in transition, keeping bodies on bodies, and just communicating at a high level in order to guard these guys.
Yeah, and this isn't just a Chattanooga team that looks for its own shot. They're very good at setting guys up for that shot.
Yeah, they're one of the best assists per field goal teams in the country, so it's really important to their offense. I want to say like 60% of their made field goals come off of assists. So in order for us to be successful, we got to do a good job of making them just make one-on-one plays. Anytime they drive it, they're looking to pass. They put the ball on the floor, there's only 2 guys on their roster, and it's their starting 1 and 2 that can actually get downhill and go finish. The rest of those guys, when they put it down, they're looking to pass the ball. When the ball goes in the post, they're looking to pass the ball. So we just got to be disciplined in our stances. We got to be disciplined in our off-ball defense, and we can't let these guys beat us from 3.
And really don't know exactly what bigs if at all, will play in this ball game today.
Yeah, I mean, they've had some really bad injury luck this year, and have had their 3 returning bigs from the NIT championship team have all been out these last couple of games. So I hope they play, because I wanted to give us a good taste of some size to get ready for Purdue. But if they don't play, they're going to be a different team. They're going to be way more active defensively and stripping and ripping on penetrations. They'll be more active in those areas, and then they'll just have four guards out there at all times. So we'll have a huge size advantage if those bigs don't play. So we got to take advantage of that. We can't just jack up threes. We got to go inside early and often and really establish our dominance.
Evaluate this week. The final exams, a couple days off for the guys, and then gearing up to play this one today.
Yeah, I mean, I think our guys were still pretty tired early in the week, just coming back from Arizona, and obviously, having to get ready for finals. And but we had a couple decent practices throughout the week, so looking for a strong performance today to really establish our identity again and just play Auburn basketball, so we can play 3 really good opponents, and in the next 3 weeks try and get healthy, but just trying to build on what we've had so far this season.
Do you change your starting lineup today?
Yeah, we're gonna have Sebastian starting there at the 4 and Keyshawn start at the 3, and it was kind of a mutual decision. Elijah kind of came to me and we had a conversation, and Elijah said that starting group has not been playing well together, so he volunteered to come off the bench, and that just kind of speaks volumes of that young man and his character and his commitment to this team. So it'll be good for Elijah, I think, to come off the bench and give us a spark, but it'll also hopefully it helps our starters be a little more unselfish. Sebastian comes in and he's always looking to get others involved, and that's what that group needs more than anything. They got to share it more, and I think having Sebastian with that group should help that. So excited to see what that group does.
What do you need from Sebastian from a defensive standpoint today?
Just continue to do what he always does.
Getting rid of the ball well.
Yeah, I mean, 7 assists in our losses. Part of that is we played 3 of the best defenses in college basketball. But at the same time, we showed our guys plenty of opportunities when we penetrated and we drew multiple bodies and we didn't pass the ball. So in our wins, we're averaging 14 or 15 assists per game. So we got to do a better job of sharing it and getting others involved early. Tahad kind of sets the table right there. We know Tahad can score the basketball, but we need Tahad to facilitate a little bit more early in games to get guys like Kevin Overton and, Keyshawn Murphy and Elijah and Sebastian involved to get their confidence going, because we know, like in crunch time, we know who's getting the ball. We know Tahad and Keyshawn Hall are going to obviously get their touches. They got to get their teammates involved early, so everyone's kind of moving in the right direction.
All the best here today. War Eagle.
War Eagle.
Welcome back to the Ford F-150 Truck Highlight Show.
We saw an outstanding performance, Andy.
It wasn't just a performance, Gabe. F-150 sent a message.
I mean, come on. Towing, payload, technology. It's one highlight after another.
Gabe, it's always game on with a Ford F-150. For the latest offers on the official truck of the Auburn Tigers, see your local Ford dealer today. War Eagle.
Yellowwood knows that a 5-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories. Like roasting marshmallows on a cool fall night. That's it. Turn it nice and slow. Get it toasted all... Oh, no, it's on fire. Oh, you want it on fire. Okay, that's a choice, I guess. Crunchy. For 5-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
The Alabama Education Association is the member-driven voice of Alabama's education employees. AEA members are teachers, education support professionals, administrators, professors, future teachers, and education retirees. Joining the Alabama Education Association has never been easier. Use their new online membership for a fast, safe, and secure way to join today. Visit myaea.org to learn more.
like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
You're listening to Auburn basketball. Now more of the CB&S Bank countdown to tip-off.
We are counting it down to Auburn and Chattanooga. Tip-off is going to be 3:50 Central, so we're about 15 minutes away from actually getting this one underway in Atlanta. Let's go back there now to and rejoin Coach Randall Dickey. First of all, how much orange and blue, Coach, are you seeing as we get ready for Auburn's game at Holiday Hoopsgiving?
Well, it's certainly filtering in a little bit right now. Since the Georgia game ended, you kind of got a little bit of trail of the aisles are pretty much full. The Bulldogs are headed out. The Auburn Tigers are headed in. It's a little bit of a sparse crowd at this time. We hope that the Tigers will fill it on up.
All right, SunSouth presents Coach's Keys to the game. SunSouth John Deere, the preferred tractor of the Tigers. Find your local dealer at sunsouth.com. All right, Coach, week off for the team. I say off, a week between games, final exams. What are the keys to getting back out there and being crisp early for the Tigers?
Well, I'm kind of excited to take a look at the Tigers today, and I think so the big keys with the change in the starting lineup, inserting Sebastian Williams-Adams in place of Elijah Freeman, to me does two things. It moves Keyshawn Hall, who is a big player, tweener, can play the 3 and the 4, but he's shooting the ball so well from the perimeter. It moves him back out on the floor permanently in that first segment. Also, Williams-Adams brings something that's really overlooked. He's number 2 on the statistics in assist, and that's one thing that the Tigers are looking for. Complementary players, how to make one player better, from another. Assist is a big key, and Sebastian will provide that, and I think also might give Tahad a few more shots. It might give Keyshawn a few more shots. And the last thing I think it does, it gives you a scoring guard off the bench, which is something that we need a spark in that second segment to come off the bench. But I think the biggest key today is, since we're starting the big size, our front line's much bigger. I think we got to do an inside-outside approach. I think the Tigers jam the ball inside, test the smaller Chattanooga Moccasins front line. If they collapse, if they double team the post, then we can kick it out to our shooters on the perimeter. I think that's the first thing. And then defend the three-point line. There's not any doubt that Chattanooga's got to make shots to beat the Tigers today, and they got to make a lot of them from the perimeter. To do that, force Chattanooga to put it on the deck, force Chattanooga to get inside, utilizing Auburn's size. So I think we got to defend that three-point line. The last thing, I think it's really important, and I think the coaches have really worked hard to try to get this, and it's a hard problem to solve, is try to get a little bit more balance in scoring, get back to multiple players in double figures, gives you a lot better strength, makes other teams have to prepare for more players. You're not such, kind of one-dimensional. So I think we got to get, I think you'll see 2 or 3 different, maybe even 4 to 5 different players in double figures today. And I think you got to share the wealth, increasing the number of assists, and I think that's what we're all after.
How much of that need for more scoring and more explosiveness plays into the decision to start Sway? He's got a team-leading 66% field goal percentage. He's a matchup problem. He's 6'8", 230, and he looks even stronger than that, quite frankly. I don't know who Chattanooga puts on the floor to match up with him. He would appear to be a matchup advantage for Auburn today, offensively, from a scoring perspective, even as good as he is at passing the ball.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt. I also think that the high-low situation that the Tigers run a little bit of quite a few of their sets where they bring one of the bigs on the top of the key and the other big is underneath the basket posting up. I think it's when you add a guy that's second on the team and assist at the 4 position, then you have a kind of a point forward, so to speak. Now, Sebastian can really play on the perimeter. He can do it. He does a really good job there. but the most effective thing, and his percentage is really high from the three-point line in shooting, but that's because he's very selective. He's a complimentary player. He's going to be able to give that ball up. He can jam it into Keyshawn Murphy down on the block. And if they really sink off, how are they going to cover Tahad Pettifer on the perimeter or Keyshawn Hall on the perimeter when he has the ball in his hands kind of at the top of the key area?
All right, good stuff. Thank you very much, Coach. Look forward to your call with the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham, here in just a little while as we close in on the opening tip, still now about 11 minutes away. The pregame medical report is presented by East Alabama Health. Their team of first responders proud to provide first aid care at Neville Arena and every Auburn Athletics home event. It'll be 16 days before the Tigers are at home for a basketball game again, but still, we'll be there. We appreciate our partnership with East Alabama Health. So Auburn has played without Abdul Bashir for the last handful of games. He is not available for the Tigers again this afternoon. And then the release that went out earlier today that Emeka Oporum will miss the remainder of the season due to a medical condition. So Tigers down Bashir and Oporum for today's game against Chattanooga. That's your pregame medical report. Getting ready. If you're watching on Courtside Cam on YouTube, you could see Andy Burcham and Coach Dickey getting ready for this one. We invite you to check that out. That is always on the Auburn Tigers YouTube channel, a free way to watch not the game, but to watch our crew call the game from their broadcast position. So they're hunkering down there. We're about ready to go. One final pregame timeout, and then we'll have starting lineups, and then we'll have the opening tip. It's holiday Hoopsgiving. It's Auburn and Chattanooga. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Looking for more than a degree? At Auburn's Harbert College of Business, we give you the competitive edge that sets you apart. Our programs combine classroom knowledge with practical experience, supported by mentors and career experts who align your education with your goals. It's a personalized approach that builds confidence and creates opportunities. Be ready to lead. Be ready to innovate. Harbert College of Business, inspiring business. Learn more at harbert.auburn.edu.
Here's a clip from a recent Talking Tigers podcast with Andy Burcham.
Butch Thompson. When we went 12-3 in our home conference schedule this year, I don't think it was a coincidence. I think it had something to do with these renovations and the atmosphere now that's provided. Everybody's always enjoyed coming to Auburn because the people are great. It's a beautiful venue, but it wasn't the most challenging weekend. That's changed, baby. Sure. Moving forward, it absolutely has that feel to where I always want, well, that's an Auburn thing. People come to Auburn and people leave and like, that's an awesome place and has awesome people. But I want them to come and go say the same thing, but like, my God, it's tough to play those jokers. That's a tough environment. That is a challenge.
New episodes of the Talking Tigers podcast are released Mondays, wherever you listen to podcasts. Subscribe to the Talking Tigers podcast exclusively from the Auburn Sports Network.
At CB&S Bank, tradition runs deep. Since 1906, we've been serving families and communities with stability you can count on. And today, that legacy of service continues. Recognized by American Banker as the 16th best performing bank nationally and #1 in Alabama in their asset category. Being a team member is who we are, which is why we're proud to support Auburn University athletics. So, bank with the best. Visit cbsbank.com to learn more. CB&S Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
We're counting down to the opening tip. Time to introduce the starting five.
Pettiford, top of the circle. He'll put up a three to tie it. It's good!
It's a high between the circles. Screen from Jovic to the left wing for three. Good.
Anytime you set a screen for Tahad Pettiford, he comes on open. You better look out because he can shoot it in that hole.
Tahad Pettiford, Jersey City, New Jersey, Hudson Catholic High School.
Murphy ahead for Overton. Drives into the lane, to the basket, good.
Beautifully done. Nice steal by Murphy. Made the outlet pass to Overton, and Overton took it coast to coast all the way.
At the top of the circle to Overton. Had the three, didn't take it. Shot clock at 16. Spins down the lane. Overton, fade away, 8-footer, good.
Beautiful little step back.
Kevin Overton, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Norman North High School.
Left wing, three ball, Sebastian Williams-Adams. Drives to the hole, hangs, shoots, missed it. Tap up and in by SWA. Low post, Sebastian Williams-Adams. Back to the basket. Forces his way in. Goes up with the left hand, score.
Sebastian Williams-Adams, Houston, Texas, St. John's High School.
Shot is up and it rolls around the rim about 5 times, and Keyshawn Murphy.
What an effort. What an effort.
Gets a screen for Murphy. Gets to Murphy to the hole. Good. Murphy to Murphy at the top. He'll pop a wide open three. Good.
I think you're seeing the experience of Keyshawn Murphy come out in his late stages of the game.
Keyshawn Murphy, Birmingham, Alabama, Ramsey High School.
Gets it underneath. Hall up with a left hand. Score. Left side Hall. Free ball Hall. Good. Right wing for Keyshawn Hall. Working outside the lane. Now into the lane. Bumps his man. Gets it back up and in with a foul.
Nice one-on-one move by Keyshawn Hall.
Keyshawn Bigger Hall, Cleveland, Ohio, Jamesport Road.
The starting lineups have been presented by Great Southern Wood, makers of Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
Auburn 7-3 on the season, number 21 in the AP poll, 24 in the coaches poll. Stephen Pearl in his first season as Auburn's head coach, a record of 8-3. Chattanooga 5-5. Now listen, they have been ravaged by injuries, primarily with their bigs. Among those bigs, Colin Mulholland, a 6'11 redshirt sophomore from Canada, who was one of their driving forces in their run to the NIT championship a year ago. Josh Bowman, a high school teammate of Simon Walker at Huntsville High School, out as well. They have 5 guys out because of injuries, including starter Sebastian Hartmann, a 6'6 junior from Munich, Germany, who's 10 of 23 from 3. So this team has been hit hard by injuries. So here's the starting lineup tonight, or today I should say, for Chattanooga. At point, Jordan Freisen, 6-foot junior from Memphis, Tennessee, Overton High School. 12.8 points, 3 rebounds, and a team-leading 3.8 assists. Billy Smith on one wing, 6'7 senior from Indianapolis, 9.9 points, 2.7 rebounds. Tate Gardner on another wing, a 6'4 freshman out of Lakeland, Florida, 8.8 points, 3.6 rebounds. The fourth of their guards that will start today, Brennan Watkins, a 6', 180-pound senior from Kearney, Missouri, averaging 6.5 points, 9 rebounds. And their lone big in the starting lineup is Mekhi Richards, a 6'10", 235-pound redshirt senior from Oak Park, California, a transfer from Pacific, averaging 5 points, 4.7 rebounds. He has 1 3 and 1 attempt. So he's really the only, you would say, non-3 threat out of this 4-guard, 1-post lineup today for Chattanooga. So that's the lineup, and it's a different one for Don Earl, or Dan Earl, I should say, who played and graduated from Penn State in 1997. His 4th season in Chattanooga, a record of 73-43, 11th season overall, a record of 146 and 182. This is a team, and when they get healthy, remember this was a team picked to win the SoCon this season. So Auburn getting another team picked to win a championship in their league in this Chattanooga Mocs Ball Club here today.
Well, as every team makes changes throughout the year, this is a program that won a championship last year.
Sure
They
did.
won the NIT. They made a great run postseason. They've got a lot of those ingredients back. They just have not been healthy leading up to this point. But they're going to be a force to be reckoned with in their league going down the stretch in February and March. You're going to see the Mocs high up on that conference list and also knocking on the door for another conference run as well.
It's a good crowd on hand here today. Probably not as big as the other crowds that we've seen in years past at Holiday Hoopsgiving, but boy, Randall, and this bears repeating. This venue, State Farm Arena, has been good to Auburn, and Auburn has been good to it. The Tigers are 4-1 in this event, Holiday Hoopsgiving, the lone loss coming to Memphis a few years ago. Auburn came back here in October and played Memphis in an exhibition game, a game that Auburn dominated. And then, of course, we'll never forget the two NCAA tournament games. The Sweet 16 come-from-behind win against Michigan and the Elite 8 win against Michigan State last March that sent this Auburn program to its second ever Final Four in San Antonio, Texas.
Well, we've certainly had an advantage over the Big Ten in this building, that's for sure. Last year in the Sweet 16 and the Final 8, and then the two previous with Indiana and Ohio State, the two previous years in the holiday giving game. It's been something that the Tigers have done well. They've always had good showing from the fans here, but the welcoming committees, and they do a good job with this. And it's going to be an important venue to play in because Atlanta's always going to be in the mix for postseason play coming through State Farm Arena.
Auburn is the home team today. Tigers with the white uniforms, tops and bottoms, blue numerals and lettering, orange trim and orange down the side of the trunks for Stephen Pearl's team. The Mocs of Chattanooga, the away blue uniforms, navy blue uniforms with white numerals and then gold lettering and gold trim. Chattanooga 5-5, Auburn is 7-3. The officials today, Don Daly, Jeb Hartness, and Justin Shamian. As we get ready for Game 2 of Holiday Hoopsgiving, Georgia pulled away. An impressive win for Georgia today, now 9-1 as they pulled away with a win against Cincinnati. It will be Keyshawn Murphy to jump it up against Mekhi Richards. And finally, goodness gracious, about ready to get underway here in Holiday Hoopsgiving.
Oh, yeah, and I think the Tigers are too. They look like they're got a little pep in their step. They're bouncing, getting ready for the start this game.
Tap is controlled by Chattanooga, and we're underway. As Watkins gets the ball to Friesen across midcourt, Auburn will go to the basket to our right here in the first half. On the right wing, it's Darner. Top of the circle for Billy Smith. Around the perimeter, left side, Friesen tries to go baseline. Underneath, goes up for a reverse layup. Murphy blocked it. He rebounded it. Ahead to Sebastian Williams-Adams. Right wing, Hall. Head fake at three. Lobs it. Low post for Murphy. Kicks it into the corner. Overton to the top for Pettiford. Auburn backs up at the midcourt with 16 on the shot clock.
Really good sign by the Tigers. They jammed the ball inside. Murphy didn't have anything going. He kicked it right back out. Start that inside-outside approach.
Pettiford a screen right side of the circle. 6 to shoot. Free throw line. Lost it. And there is a steal up the right side by Friesen for Chattanooga. Bounce pass off the left side. A pass for Watkins. Watkins out to the top of the circle for Billy Smith. Bounce pass to Richards in the key. Brings it top of the circle inside the arc. On the right side it goes to Watkins. Kicks it to the corner. Left side for Smith. Drives on Overton, kicks it right wing. Watkins drives, head fake, goes up, blocked out of bounds by Hall. A couple of blocks already underneath.
One thing the Tigers are going to have to do is contain the basketball. Chattanooga runs a pinch post offense where it's all predicated on angles and penetrating deep to the paint and pitching out for the three-point shot.
Friesen, left corner. Smith, three ball. Off the iron, missed. Rebound Murphy for Auburn. No score, just the start of things in Atlanta. 18:45 in the first. Auburn does not have a shot yet. Second offensive possession for the Tigers.
Well, it looks like we're going to run a play right here and try to run something and predict where the shot's taken from.
Hall right wing, top of the circle, Pettiford. Three ball, Tahad, switch!
There it is, great call from the bench. Run a pin down for Tahad, brought him right from the basket all the way up the lane to the top of the key for a nice three ball.
21st three of the year for Pettiford gives Auburn a 3-0 lead. Right wing, wide open three ball, Smith, and we're tied.
Got a defensive misalignment there. He's wide open. I think it's just a little bit of a defensive transition miscommunication on who has which player for the Chattanooga Mocs.
Smith, the transfer from Bellarmine. 3-3 the score. Low post, Hall near the right corner inside the arc, double team. Ball deflected out of his hand and out of bounds into the Chattanooga bench. Auburn will have 12 to shoot. 3-3 the score, 17:54 to go in the first half in Atlanta. Hall will trigger, being guarded by Tate Garner. That's Darner.
It's like a sideline out of bounds play. They'll drag Keyshawn to the baseline.
Pettiford off the right wing, inside the arc, outside the arc, right wing, picks up the dribble, 5 to shoot. Low post, Hall, double team, one dribble, lost it. Whistle foul. It's going to go against Chattanooga.
They run that play where they kind of run the cross screen. They made the switch taking place. They had the advantage with Murphy against one of the guards from Chattanooga, but he just couldn't. When he put it on the deck, those little guys come in there and fouled him.
Foul was called against Friesen, the junior from Memphis, Tennessee, Overton High School, transferred from Division II Pittsburgh State. And Keyshawn Murphy at the line for a couple, and his first free throw is missed. He's only 44% from the charity stripe. That needs to improve because he's going to get fouled when it comes to Southeastern Conference play.
There's not any doubt because he's the tallest guy. We're starting on the front line, and he's going to draw a lot of attention, and he's going to get a lot of those guards coming through there just like then and foul him on the arm.
Second free throw is good. Auburn leads at 4-3. 17:44 to go in the first half. Auburn a little bit of pressure in the backcourt. And Chattanooga across midcourt. Jordan Friesen walks it across midcourt. Friesen backs up near midcourt, gets double teamed, drives to the left wing, picks it up. Baseball pass off the right side. Drive down to Darner at the free throw line. Back out to the top for Smith. Inside the arc, Richards against Murphy. Picks it back on the wing for Friesen. Goes baseline. Almost stepped out of bounds. Into the lane. Out to the top. Smith, a three. With the rebound, with the shot clock going off, he missed it. Murphy, his third rebound. Up the right sideline, Pettiford. Tigers up 4-3, Auburn ball. Pettiford, baseball pass. Overton, left wing, Hall, three. Got it!
It's a way to go from one side of the floor to the other. Pettiford brought it down the right side, skipped past it to Overton in the deep corner on the other side, found Hall wide open for the three ball.
7-3 Auburn. Richards against Murphy into the lane. Goes up with the left hand. He didn't get it. Murphy's fourth rebound of the ball game. Up the left side.
Really struggling with Auburn's size on that front line.
Pettiford, low post. Sebastian Williams Adams with traffic. He scores.
Really good early offense. He run straight to the rim and posted up. Got him an easy two.
Three ball, left wing, wide open. Darner knocks it home.
Transition defense. You've got to cover those guys on that perimeter. That's for sure.
Auburn ball. Tigers lead at 9-6. Philip Jovic in at the next break for Auburn. Off the left sideline, Overton. Off to the right wing, Hall. Further down the right side now, Overton. Dribbles with the left hand, top of the circle, Keyshawn Hall. Key gets a screen for Murphy and throws it out of bounds. Looked like he was going to go to Pettiford, but Pettiford started down the lane or down the left sideline, and the pass was behind him out of bounds. Jovic into the ball game with Elijah Freeman for Auburn. Josh Bowman, 6'9" freshman out of Huntsville, Alabama, is in for Chattanooga. Bowman is or was a high school teammate of Simon Walker at Huntsville High School.
Oh, wow. He comes out of an outstanding program,
yes,
so
indeed.
he'll be somebody that the Tigers will need to keep an eye on.
Watkins at the right wing for Chattanooga. Tigers lead 9-6. Smith at the top. Bowman on the wing. One dribble, hands the ball off the right side for Darner. To Bowman, to the post, goes up and he missed it and was fouled in the play. He'll go to the line for a couple.
Tigers were not as aggressive that time, but it looks like we're going to get a media timeout. We'll get a little regroup, tighten up our defense a little bit more.
Foul was called against Keyshawn Hall. First half today presented by Southern Union. Conveniently located just a few miles from Auburn, Southern Union offers classes that easily transferred to the university. Endless opportunities are right up the road. 15:43 to go in the first. Auburn 9, Chattanooga 6. Stay tuned. Auburn basketball continues in a moment.
From birth to age 5, your child's brain is growing faster than ever. And guess what? You are your child's first teacher. Talking, singing, playing, and reading every day helps your child learn and thrive. Singing boosts memory. Playing builds problem-solving skills. Reading grows vocabulary. Talking teaches communication. Start strong because these early years matter the most. For tips and tools, visit the Alabama Department of Early Childhood Education at children.alabama.gov. Alabama's children deserve a strong start.
Looking for legendary wings, mouth-watering burgers, and unbeatable pizza for your next big event? Baumhauer's Catering is here to satisfy your cravings. From tailgates, birthdays, to office lunches and weddings, boost your event with delicious flavors of Baumhauer's Catering. We offer pickup or delivery, or choose our full-service catering that includes setup and staff. Don't have space for your big event? We can even host you in our dedicated party space. Baumhauer's Victory Grill Catering. Legendary flavors, zero hassle. War Eagle.
Hey Auburn fans, if you're a nursing mother, wounded veteran, special needs family,
or caring for an elderly loved one, Snazzy is here to support you. This season, snag free parking passes for select families at Jordan-Hare Stadium. Plus, Snazzy gives away a VIP package every home game. Nominate someone in these groups at snazzy.org. Everything Snazzy does is thanks to Carrier, the inventors of modern air conditioning. Head to snazzy.org now to learn more and apply. Snazzy, accessibility for all.
Auburn basketball is brought to you by Alabama Power. When you cheer, we cheer. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
Welcome back to Atlanta. 15:43 to go in the first half. Auburn on top 9-6. Chattanooga at the free throw line coming out. Before we get there, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. The Auburn 5, Sebastian Williams-Adams, Philip Jovich, Elijah Freeman, Kevin Overton, and Jahad Pettiford. Josh Bowman at the line, freshman out of Huntsville, perfect from the line this season, and remains perfect with that first free throw. Averaging 5 points, 7.5 rebounds for the Mocs.
Well, we created that foul. Our defense probably was addressed at the timeout. Needs to pick up a little bit more pressure, and letting Chattanooga run their offense is asking for problems.
A little bit of pressure by Chattanooga after Bowman made both free throws. Auburn's lead down to 1-9-8.
Looks like they're going to fall back in that zone. Looks like a 2-3.
Free throw line, Sebastian Williams-Adams drives, goes up, missed it short. Rebound, Jovich, and a crowd back up, missed it. Rebound out of bounds, deflected last by Auburn.
Really a nice-looking offensive rebound by Philip Jovich. Came from one side of the paint to the other to retrieve the ball off the glass.
Beg your pardon, it was out of bounds off Chattanooga. Auburn ball out of bounds, baseline right. Inbound, Freeman in the key right side. Off the left wing, three ball, Overton in the air, didn't get it. And the rebound to Chattanooga. Watkins up the floor. To the right wing, now top of the circle for Billy Smith. Auburn by one, Chattanooga ball. Bowman, top of the key against Jovich. In the corner, three ball up, it's missed. Weak side rebound pulled in by Freeman. Here's Auburn the other way. Elijah at the right wing drives it down the lane to the hole with the left hand. Good.
Beautiful drive. He did a good job defensively. Retrieved the ball off the defensive glass. Took it himself coast to coast and laid it in.
Found a seam to the basket. Auburn leads it by 3, 11-8. Tigers with the lead. Right wing three ball. Smith short. Rebound tapped. It comes on the right or the left side for Washington. Down to the baseline. Shot is up. It is missed by Darner. Whistle and a foul away from the ball. It's going to go against Chattanooga. I think it's going to go against Bowman. Yep, it is against Bowman, his first. Auburn back to its bench. And Caden Magwood is into the lineup for the Tigers. Hall back into the lineup as well for the Tigers. And Simon Walker. So the two Huntsville guys out there right now. Magwood top of the key for Freeman. Elijah, left wing, Walker, head fake, drives. Left side of the key, now back out to the top for Freeman running the show. 15 to shoot. Elijah to the corner. Magwood drives it into the lane. Kicks it to the corner. Walker, open three ball, good.
That's good assist by Magwood. He drove the ball hard from one corner to the middle of the paint. Found Simon Walker wide open, and boy, can he shoot that ball.
Was really good ball movement by Auburn in that set. Top of the key, Darner. Down to the baseline, drive to the hole, down the lane, shot is up and it is good by Teddy Washington Jr.
Coach is not going to be happy about giving up layups on the other end. Our defense is a little bit less than stellar right now. We just need to tighten that up. Chattanooga's very comfortable in running their offense.
14-10 Tigers on top. Hall, left wing, Walker. Simon, one dribble, picks it up. Lobs at free throw line for Hall. Head fake at 15, spins down the left side of the lane, draws a foul. He'll go to the line for a couple.
That's an area that we'd like to get the ball to. Keyshawn Hall is a pinch post right at the corner of the free throw lane. It gives him an angle to where he can use his left hand, make a one-on-one move, and get to the rack.
Foul was the second of the ball game for Bowman. And it puts Keyshawn Hall at the line for Auburn, shooting 91% this season. First free throw by Hall is good. Now 72 of 79 from the line this year.
He's been outstanding there. He's one of the best in the country. Certainly one of the top in the SEC, but when he gets to the free throw line, you just kind of relax your shoulders, kind of feel very comfortable the ball's going to go in.
15:33 or 13:33 in the first half, and Hall missed the second free throw.
As soon as I say that.
Yeah, we both did there.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. 15-10 Auburn, 13:27 on a counting clock in the first half. Washington right wing, kicks it left side for Smith. Goes baseline as Magwood recovers. Smith into the lane against Magwood. Hands the ball to Mekhi Richards against Jovic. Up with the left hand, he didn't get it. Phillip pulls in the rebound. Outlet Hall up the floor, up the left side. Kicks it to the corner. Head fake it three by Freeman. Lost it. Comes right to Hall though. He's at the top. Magwood, right wing, three ball. Good! Simon Walker, 2 for 2 from three.
You got to find that guy, number 10, Simon Walker, the sharpshooting guard from Huntsville.
18-10 Auburn. Mekhi Richards, left side of the key, now at the top. Three ball straight away by Washington. Did not get it. Oh, nice rebound by Jovic.
He's skied for that one.
Up the floor, Freeman. Freeman inside the arc. Left side, Walker. Top of the circle for Magwood. 12:33 in the first half. Auburn up 18-10 against Chattanooga in Atlanta. Magwood, a screen from Jovic with the left hand. Baseball pass in the corner. Three ball, Freeman. Didn't get it. Off the iron twice, missed. The rebound to Chattanooga. Watkins up the floor all the way to the hole, put it up and drew the foul on Simon Walker.
That's one of the things. Our transition defense is not as stellar as it is, but Chattanooga's really, because of their size, is really pushing the basketball hard. They're racing it down the floor, trying to get as deep as they can, hoping to open up a three-point shot to kick out. That time he took it in, ended up getting fouled.
Brennan Watkins, senior from Kearney, Missouri. Free throw is up, and it is good. Good free throw shooter. Shooting 86% from the stripe. Played at both VMI and North Dakota State before transferring to play at the Roundhouse in Chattanooga. Second free throw, good. And Chattanooga to its bench. Jakari Johnson, a 6'4" grad student from Durham, North Carolina, transferred from Division II Tribeca Nazarene.
We see this zone press again. It's 1-2-2, three-quarter court press. They're a little bit more aggressive than most teams that we've faced on this.
Magwood just across the center stripe in time.
Trying to make the Tigers utilize the clock, and they fall back into that one. This time it's a 1-2-2 zone.
Free throw line in the middle of the zone is Hall. Down the lane to the corner. Head fake at three by Freeman. Shot clock at 5. Big jump step into the lane. Into the corner, Hall. 3. No. Weak side rebound, Chattanooga. Friesen back into the lineup at the point. Penetrates down the lane to the hole. He scores.
He just streaked his way down. Simon never could get his feet, get him under control. He just kept using the angle and got all the way to the basket.
18-14. Auburn on top. 11:27 first half of play. Jovic, top of the key.
They're going to stay in that 1-2-2 zone.
Hall down the lane. Head fake up. No, but he's fouled in the play.
Really smart play. That's the weakness in the 1-2-2 zone, is the open area at the free throw line. We got Hall the ball there, and he really put it on the deck, got to the basket with it.
He'll shoot a couple free throws when we come back. 11:20 to go in the first half. Auburn 18, Chattanooga 14. On to victory, proud to be the official events experiences company of the Auburn Tigers. Experience Auburn like never before through On to Victory. See upcoming events and sponsorship opportunities at ontovictory.com. Stay tuned. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Nugget bells, nuggets all the way.
Hi, I'm Kylie.
I'm John.
And I'm Garrison.
And a little thing we love about the 30-count Chick-fil-A nuggets
is sharing them when we cut down the Christmas tree.
We will pack the car with gifts, and of course, we go and pick up our family's favorite nuggets.
Every nugget is tasty times quadrillion.
And we get all the sides.
Yeah, the ooey gooey mac and cheese is a big hit.
Share the nuggets, share the joy. Order the 30-count Chick-fil-A nuggets on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
From birth to age 5, your child's brain is growing faster than ever. And guess what? You are your child's first teacher. Talking, singing, playing, and reading every day helps your child learn and thrive. Singing boosts memory. Playing builds problem-solving skills. Reading grows vocabulary. Talking teaches communication. Start strong because these early years matter the most. For tips and tools, visit the Alabama Department of Early Childhood Education at children.alabama.gov. Alabama's children deserve a strong start.
Auburn women's basketball returns home Thursday, December 18th for the final game before the holidays. The Tigers host Alcorn State at 6 p.m. Central. Tickets are available at aubtix.com. Be sure to bring a teddy bear to spread holiday cheer with a teddy bear toss. Kids of all ages will receive a donated book as part of the Tigers book drive. Make your plans now to see Auburn and Alcorn State at Neville Arena Thursday night at 6 p.m. Central. War Eagle!
Brad Law back in the Auburn Sports Network studios. 3 ranked versus ranked games today already. Arkansas took care of Texas Tech in the first one. There's a Big Ten battle going on right now that fits that bill. Number 23, Nebraska, 10-0 start to the year, playing at 13th ranked Illinois, the Illini 8-2. The Huskers are on top on the road in Champaign, 50-47. Still 15 minutes to go in that matchup. We'll keep you posted. Also on the Yellowwood scoreboard, 17th ranked Louisville crushing Memphis 75-53. Still 10 minutes to go there. And 7th ranked Houston all over New Orleans 97-51 with 90 seconds to go. Cougars will go to 10-1 with that one. Let's get back out to Atlanta once again. Andy Burcham, Coach Randall Dickey.
Keyshawn Hall coming out of the timeout break at the line for Auburn, knocks home the free throw, giving Auburn a 19-14 lead, 11:20 to go in the first half of play. Auburn shooting 6 of 11 from the field as Hall knocks home both. And
one positive there, you got 5 assists on 6 made baskets. It's a big positive for the Tigers, and we got 8 points from our bench points.
They had trouble getting the ball in, barely did in time to Friesen. Chattanooga 4 of 14 from the field, 2 of 7 from 3. Pettiford back into the lineup for Auburn. So he and Magwood out there at the same time. Down the lane. Open shot, Darner put it up and he missed it. And the rebound to Magwood for the Tigers. Quickly forward for Auburn, top of the circle. Inside the arc, down the left side of the lane to the baseline for Murphy. Up with the right hand, go.
That was a nice play by Magwood. He got deep in the heart of the defense and made a nice give and go play to Murphy. And Murphy did a nice job finishing the play around the basket.
Matches Auburn's biggest lead. It's 22-14 Tigers. 10:44 in the first half of play. Down the right side of the lane, Washington from about 13. Good.
They are pretty methodical about what they're doing offensively. They're really trying to turn that corner around that elbow, try to get in the heart of the defense. Just floated open and got the 2 points that time.
22-16 Tigers. Hall at the free throw line, down the lane. Looked out, goes up, shoots, scores.
Just too much size. The Tigers are just so much taller right there on that front line.
The Friesen the other way for Chattanooga throws it out of bounds. Auburn caught a break. It got back just in time defensively.
They sure did, and Friesen was going so fast, the ball just kind of outran him to the baseline, and he couldn't control his body, ended up turning it over.
It's a 5-guard lineup right now for Chattanooga as Richard sits down for the Mocs. Auburn's bigger at almost every spot on the floor right now. Hall at the point. Looks left, hands the ball. Freeman, top of the circle for Magwood. Back to the left wing for Freeman. To the corner, Hall. 10 to shoot. Hall. Back to the wing. Freeman penetrates down the lane. Running one-hander short. Rebound. Freeman back up and in. Nicely played.
Just get up on the glass. Utilize your size to get it back. You happen to miss and stick it right back in. But this is a unique lineup here. We see Pettiford and Magwood playing together.
26-16 Tigers on top. Biggest lead for Auburn. 9.5 minutes in the first half in Atlanta against Chattanooga. Drive by Johnson. Johnson to the free throw line. Out to the top, Darner. Right side for Washington. Washington with about 8 to shoot. Missed it. Rebound comes to Magwood for the Tigers. Up the floor to Hod Pettiford at the right wing. Low post. Gets the ball to Hall. Double team, triple team, whistle, jump ball. And Auburn will have the arrow with 22 to shoot. Brennan Watkins back in the lineup for Chattanooga, replacing Jakari Johnson. And literally, their biggest player right now is Teddy Washington at 6'2".
Well, we've certainly got a side advantage, and I think the Tigers know that, and you'll see some plays being run just to continue that high-low action.
Hall has to throw it almost to midcourt. They were trying to set up Murph inside, but got it to Magwood. 18 to shoot. Magwood behind the back dribble three. No. Rebound to the corner. It's Hall. Spins along the baseline. Into the lane. Back out to the top. Tahad. Free throw line. Tahad kicks it left side for Hall. Head fake at three. Into the key. Right wing Pettiford. Wide open three. Got it.
We can set Tahad Pettiford up like that. Hall penetrated, pulled his defense in closer to him, opened up Pettiford for the nice three ball.
13-point lead for Auburn. Low post Washington. Picked up aggressively by Caden Magwood. Out to the top. It comes three ball. Left wing Washington. Knocked it home. Can't leave these guys open.
Pretty deep range right there.
And boy, head coach Stephen Pearl really reading the riot act right now to Caden Magwood, who left Washington open. And a timeout called with 8:26 to go in the first half. The score, Auburn 29, Chattanooga 19. Stay tuned, friends. Auburn basketball continues in a moment.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Tiger pride. When I'm carrying the Auburn University Regents Visa debit card or prepaid Regents Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Auburn gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra War Eagle from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/Go Tigers to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC, member FDIC.
Hey, Mom, sorry for the late message. It's been absolutely crazy here. And this morning, I went for a run on Kailua Beach and saw the most insane sunrise. I sent some photos. And then this afternoon, we worked on another Black Hawk. My new unit is amazing. I'm learning a ton. And guess what? You called it. I'm going surfing on Sunday. And we're going to... All right. Yeah, cool. Be right there. I gotta go. I'll see you next week. I love you.
Learn how you can be all you can be at GoArmy.com.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Back to Atlanta for more holiday Hoopsgiving against Chattanooga.
8:26 to go in the first half. Auburn 29, Chattanooga 19. Stephen Pearl called that timeout. It turned into the media timeout. Not happy at all with giving up that three from the left wing for Chattanooga.
Well, I think the emphasis, certainly the number one emphasis for the staff today is give no open looks from the three-point line, knowing that that's the only way Chattanooga can stay with the Tigers is making a lot of threes. So that was an emphasis, and the guy floated wide open, buried the three ball, and by the way, 3 of the 6 made baskets are from behind the three-point line.
All right, here's Auburn's lineup with Pettiford at the point, Overton at the wing. This is Auburn's starters. Pettiford, Overton, Hall, Murphy, and Williams-Adams. This is a very small lineup. From a stature standpoint for Chattanooga.
Change our lineup again a little bit, put Tahad back to the point.
Overton left corner from Pettiford. Around the perimeter, Williams-Adams to Tahad, to Sway. To the right wing, it goes Hall. Top of the circle, Pettiford. Screen from Murph, picked it up, gets it to Murph. Inside the arc, down the lane to the hole, missed it. And the rebound pulled in by Chattanooga. Darner up the floor for the Mocs. Down to the baseline, head fake, kicked into the corner. Watkins back to the wing for Washington. Top of the circle for Holland. Holland to Washington. Pawing the ball, got away with it. Inside the arc, top of the circle, Holland. Off the left wing, the pass for Watkins down the lane. Kicks it to the corner. 3 ball in the air by Darner, good.
That's the way they like to play, penetrate and pitch. They're getting the ball into the heart of the defense. Auburn's having to collapse their defense, and then they kick it out for an open 3.
7-point Auburn lead, 7:22 to go in the first half. Chattanooga 4 of 10 from 3. Overton to the basket, gets bumped, and he scores.
Used his strength that time, just used his size. He's a big guard, driving hard to the basket, got rim level and laid it in.
Washington at the right wing, throws it top of the circle for Watkins. To Washington on the wing, top of the circle for Holland. Holland back to Washington outside the arc, right wing, crossover dribble down the lane. Gets bumped, goes up from about 5, he didn't get it. Rebound Keyshawn Hall for the Tigers. 14 rebounds for Auburn to 7 for Chattanooga. Hall, corner, Overton, 3, in and out. Rebound, tap up and in by Murphy.
Just use your size down there, big fella. Keyshawn Murphy on the offensive glass, gets an offensive rebound, sticks it right back in.
Auburn by 11, 33-22, 6.5 to go in the first half. Drive in the lane, Watkins tied up, kicks it out top of the circle. Watkins off the right wing, inside the arc, Holland. Holland, head fake, goes up and scores.
Crafty player right there. He just took him, changed the pace, dribble, and laid it in. Our defense has got to tighten up just a little bit, keep the ball out of the heart, keep it out of the paint.
Murph, 3 ball at the top, missed it long. Rebounded to Holland for Chattanooga. To Washington, top of the circle, leaves it on the wing. Holland on the wing now for Darner, goes free throw line. Top of the circle for Watkins. Washington in the corner. Try to give and go down the lane, and a whistle and a foul against Auburn stops the clock with 5:47 to go in the first half.
We'll keep an eye on that. They changed their offense that time. Instead of utilizing the pinch post area, they opened it up to a 1-2-2 wide set, open post set, just to drive and kick. That time the Tigers fouled on the cut. If you don't have the ball and they cut hard, the Tigers ended up fouling as he was going through the lane.
Chattanooga ball out of bounds, baseline right. Bowman, their big freshman, back into the lineup. Picked up 2 pretty quick fouls after knocking home a couple free throws. Top of the circle, Darner. Long 3, Darner, good.
You can shoot that ball. That's one thing that Chattanooga's leaning on their strength. Auburn is too. Auburn's size on the front line. But 3s for 2s is unacceptable, and open 3s, Coach Pearl is not going to be happy at all.
Darner's 3rd 3 of the half. Auburn leads at 33-27. Pettiford, free throw line. Sebastian Williams-Adams bowls his way in. Right wing 3 ball Freeman. Air ball. Rebound Jovic, and he was fouled on the rebound. Foul will go against Billy Smith, his first.
Looked like a shot. I think Elijah would claim that would be a pass as well, but happened to miss the rim on that one. And fortunately, Phillip was there to retrieve it. Now we get a chance to a baseline out of bounds.
5:11 in the first half, the inbounds free throw line. Sebastian Williams-Adams kicks it out to the top. Open 3 by Tahad. Didn't get it. And the rebound to Bowman for Chattanooga. Up the sideline. Left wing, Darner goes baseline through the lane, underneath the basket. Down to the free throw line. Shot is up, and it is good by Jakari Johnson.
Dribble penetration. Guarding the basketball is one of the hardest things defensively in college basketball, but continuing to allow the ball get deep in the paint is showing the problems that's causing the Tigers right
Freeman
now.
draws a triple team, goes up and scores, and gets fouled on the play.
Really nice play, physical. He was strong, split 2 defenders, finished the play, drew the foul, and got a chance for a 3-point play.
Elijah was 6 points off the bench, did not make the start here today, but has come in with some good minutes, and that's the 3rd foul on Bowman. That's exactly what Chattanooga did not want to happen there. One of their bigs picked up 3 pretty quick fouls, and he will come out. And Jakari Richards is back into the lineup for the Mocs.
Yeah, they got to take him out because their bench is short anyway. As far as numbers is concerned, and when they get a guy in foul trouble, it just magnifies that problem.
Chance for the and 1 for Elijah Freeman. It's in the air, and it's good. 7 off the bench for Elijah. Auburn 36, Chattanooga 29. Auburn presses. Richards to Friesen. Now Auburn will back up into its defense. Friesen across midcourt against Freeman on the wing. Throws it top of the circle for Smith. To Friesen, penetrates down the lane to the hole. High off the glass, he didn't get it. And the rebound, Freeman. Outlet up the left sideline for Tahad. Drives, lost it, and stepped out of bounds.
just got going so fast. He his body got out of control, and the ball just kind of squirted a little bit loose late, and he couldn't keep it from going out of bounds.
Auburn leads by 7, 4:15 to go in the first half. Watkins will trigger against the Auburn pressure. The inbound comes to Richards. He'll hand it to Friesen. Friesen will be shadowed by Elijah Freeman across midcourt now for Watkins. Watkins, right wing, Darner. Darner, skip pass. Billy Smith penetrates near the lane against Pettiford. Up with a right hand. He got it.
Really nice move. That's one time when Tahad switched off. He had a little bit more size and just laid it in right over the top of him.
Chattanooga shooting 44% from the field, trims the lead to 5. Overton, top of the circle, Jovic. Low post, threw it away. Tried to get it to Sebastian Williams-Adams, and here's Friesen the other way for Chattanooga. 5-point Auburn lead. Tigers have led by as many as 13 in this first half. Friesen at the right wing, top of the key, picked it up. Now to Darner between the circles. Richards, top of the key. Left wing for Watkins. Watkins picked up by Jovic. Left wing Smith. Shot clock at 8. Whistle foul. And an injured. It's number 0. Tate Darner had gone into the seats on the other side of the floor, and he gets up and he walks off the floor. So we've got a timeout. 3:17 to go in the first. Auburn 36, Chattanooga 31. Your team is your most valuable asset, so ensure that they're protected with the best workers' compensation insurance available. Ask your agent for an Alicomp quote today. Stay tuned. This is the Auburn Sports Network. On the court, a perfect assist sets up success. That's what the Ford F-150 truck can do for you. Whether you're up against a deadline or taking some time to unwind, F-150 delivers the power, capability, and reliability you need to make every play. From the work site to the campsite, it's game on in the Ford F-150. This is Andy Bertram. For great offers on the official truck of the Auburn Tigers, see your local Ford dealer today. Whoa, Regal.
The Alabama Education Association is the member-driven voice of Alabama's education employees. AEA members are teachers, education support professionals, administrators, professors, future teachers, and education retirees. Joining the Alabama Education Association has never been easier. Use their new online membership for a fast, safe, and secure way to join today. Visit myaea.org to learn more.
Auburn family, get ready to flip out. Auburn Gymnastics is back in Neville Arena. This Monday, December 15th at 7 p.m., your Tigers are back on the floor for the preview meet, and we're turning it into a holiday pajama party. Admission is free, so bring the whole crew and snag autographs from the team after the meet. Don't miss your sneak peek at the 2026 season. That's December 15th in Neville Arena. Come cheer on your Tigers for free. War Eagle.
Brad Law back in the Auburn Sports Network studios, which is where we will be for Conecuh halftime. Coming up when 3 minutes and change of game action, we'll take a look around a very busy day, a loaded day across college basketball, SEC and beyond. Plus, we'll update Auburn athletics with final exam week over. The games are going to start again as they are today, and all the pertinent stats from the first 20 minutes all coming up on Conecuh halftime. Back to Atlanta, voice of the Tigers, Andy Bertram and Coach Randall Dickey.
Brad, thank you. 3:17 game action set in Atlanta at State Farm Arena. Auburn 36, Chattanooga 31. Tigers have led by as many as 13 in this first half.
Well, I think that last segment, Chattanooga got warmed up. They've got 8 assists on 11 made baskets. Making threes is really cut into this lead. That's why we're just 36-31. Tigers got to do a little bit better job transition defense and containing the basketball in the half-court defense.
Richards off the inbound, gets the ball, left side, shot is up by about 19. It's missed off the hand of Watkins. Auburn rebounds, Tigers the other way. Leading by 5. Tahad Pettiford works at top of the circle. Picked up by Washington there. Drives right wing. Open 3 ball over Richards. No. And the rebound to Friesen on the break. Into the lane and shoots over Walker and scores.
Well, the two-man play between Williams, Adams, and Tahad didn't work, and on this, they're going back to that zone quickly.
Auburn free throw line, it's Hall. He's open from 15, and he knocked it home.
All you have to do is show a little patience, get the ball in the heart of the defense, and it opens up a myriad of things. You can shoot it like he did then, or you can kick it out for the open three.
38-33 Tigers with the lead. Billy Smith hands the ball to Richards just inside the arc. Left-hand dribble to the wing. Gets the ball to Washington there. Teddy Washington Jr., left wing for Smith. Open three ball, didn't get it. Rebound Hall for Auburn. 18 rebounds to Chattanooga's 10 in this one today. Hall inside the arc. Throws a baseball pass to the top for Tahad. Backs it up with 16 to shoot for the Tigers.
Chattanooga goes back man-to-man this time just to keep the...
Sebastian Williams off the right wing for Pettiford. Shot clock at 8. Auburn leads it 38-33. Walker to the wing. Sebastian Williams behind the back dribble. Lost it. Whistle foul. It's going to go against Walker, who dove to the floor trying to get on top of the ball, and Brandon Watkins. And Walker picks up his second foul. Just the fourth foul against Auburn. Neither team in the bonus yet.
That's been a positive as far as the Tigers are concerned. We haven't really fouled a lot.
A minute 38 in the first. 38-33 Auburn. Bounce pass right wing wild to Smith. Low post Richards with the fadeaway hook. He missed it. Rebound Sebastian Williams Adams. Across midcourt for Tahad Pettiford. Pettiford at the top for Sway. One dribble, hands the ball there to Elijah Freeman. Freeman works against Richards. Draws a double team. Left wing wide open three ball. Tahad missed it. Rebound for the Tigers, however. Hall to Walker at the left sideline. Hands the ball to Hall. 13 to shoot for Auburn. A minute 5 in the first. Tigers lead by 5. Hall, step back. NBA three. No. Rebound Walker. And it comes to Chattanooga. Smith on the break. Kicks it left wing. Open three ball. Watkins pops and missed it. Rebound underneath. The whistle and a foul.
That's one of the things.
I think it's going to go against Auburn.
I do too. I think it's on the rebound there. They were jockeying for position, and I think that the Tigers may have pushed off.
Yeah, it was Hall that picked up the foul, I believe.
One of the things that was in the scouting report.
Yep, second foul on Keyshawn.
In the film today was Chattanooga, because of their size, is going to have to shot fake 2 or 3 times in this first half. We've allowed Chattanooga to shot fake. Our defense has flown by them, and they've taken advantage of numbers on the backside by penetration.
Auburn is 14 of 29 from the field. By the way, a 30-second timeout called on the floor. Auburn 14 of 29 from the field, 5 of 16 from 3, and 5 of 7 from the free throw line. Chattanooga 12 of 30 from the field, 5 of 13 from 3, and perfect 4 of 4 from the line. Auburn has out-rebounded Chattanooga 21-10 in this first half, yet the Tigers lead it only by 5, and Chattanooga will have the ball out of bounds baseline rate. And Hall comes out after picking up his second foul. Murphy back in the Auburn lineup. He joined. I'm sorry, Hall is not out.
Yeah, they left him in.
Yeah,
I'm not
left
sure.
him all.
With 50 seconds to go, we're on the defensive end. You would think they would take him out and just preserve him.
That was just his first foul.
Okay.
So that's why he's still in the ballgame.
Good.
Friesen triggers into the corner for Richards. Hands the ball to Friesen. On the right wing, now brings it out to the top for Washington. Head fake, drives to the basket, gets bumped, and scores with a foul on the play. Foul will go against Elijah Freeman, and a chance for a three-point play for Jordan Friesen.
I just mentioned on the shot fake, you've got to stay on the floor. That time it lifted him off the floor. Elijah Freeman left the floor, got off his feet, allowed the drive, utilizing his size, but then bumped into him, and the guy made a nice shot and got a chance for a three-point play.
And a chance to cut the lead to 2 in the closing seconds of the first half. And Friesen does just that with the old-fashioned three-point play. 42 seconds in the first. They press. Auburn gets the ball across midcourt. Tigers with a 38-36 lead against Chattanooga.
Going back to that matchup zone again.
Murphy, Hall, free throw line, head fake, shoots, scores off the glass.
You just can't guard him up there. When he gets the ball in the heart of the defense around that free throw line, he can shoot it, drive it, and he's done both. We need to continue that. That is a weakness in Chattanooga's defense.
Leading scorer in the ball game, Keyshawn Hall with 12. Auburn's lead is 4 with 12 seconds to go in the half. They go low post for Richards. He goes up and scores, and he was fouled from behind by Tahad Pettiford.
Back-to-back trips. Chattanooga's got an opportunity to stay in this game by getting a old conventional three-point play, scoring and getting fouled.
Caden Magwood will come in for the last 8.2 seconds. That was the second foul against Tahad Pettiford. But Tahad stays in the game. Overton is the one that comes out for Auburn. And Richards at the line for 2, an 87% free throw shooter.
Yeah, they're probably going to, just with 8 seconds left on the clock.
He missed the free throw, however. Rebound Hall. Final 6 seconds of the half. Hall across midcourt, top of the circle. Kicks it right corner. 3 ball in the air. Magwood, good at the buzzer. Or rather, not Magwood. It was Freeman who knocked home the 3 from the right corner.
Nice penetration by Keyshawn Hall. Created that opening, driving, drawing, and dishing out to Elijah Freeman, and he buried the 3.
At the half, Auburn 43, Chattanooga 38 at Holiday Hoopsgiving at State Farm Arena in Atlanta. Time now for Conecuh halftime, and here is Brad Law.
Okay, Andy, thank you very much. It has been a day where SEC teams were either tied or led by 1 or 2 possessions and then pulled away in the second half, and the Tigers will hope that is the case against the Mocs here this afternoon. It is a 5-point advantage for the Orange and Blue, and so as we flip the camera around on our YouTube Courtside cam and show you the arena there, the venue in Atlanta, we'll begin with a check of the Yellowwood scoreboard. Busy day in the SEC with several finals. Auburn, by the way, the only SEC team that is playing at this moment. There are still 6 other teams to go. Vanderbilt gets underway against Central Arkansas in about an hour in Nashville. South Carolina hosts the Citadel. LSU takes on SMU in New Orleans. It's Kentucky against Indiana at Rupp. Utah and Mississippi State in Salt Lake City as the Bulldogs try to break out of a bit of a slump. And then the top 12 matchup in Birmingham tonight, Arizona against Alabama. The finals in the league, 17th ranked Arkansas trailed number 16 Texas Tech by a half dozen at the half. But the Hogs won the second half by 13, and so the Razorbacks earn a comfortable 93-86 win, really mostly dominant over the last 10 minutes of the ballgame. Trayvon Brazile with the double-double, 24 points and 11 rebounds for the Razorbacks, who moved to 8-2 on the season. It was 18th-ranked Florida, overpowering George Washington in Sunrise, Florida, 80-70. Xavion Lee, 24 points to lead the way for the Gators, who get to 6-4. So Florida saw Florida State lose to UMass, then the Gators beat George Washington. Bedlam went to Oklahoma. The Sooners led Oklahoma State by 6 at the half, but won it by 9, 85-76. A big day for Xavier Brown for Oklahoma. He finished with 21. Sooners are 7-3. Ole Miss trailed Southern Miss in the second half in Biloxi before the Rebels came back to win it 71-67. A.J. Storr, 21 points. Rebs are now 6-4 on the year. And the game before ours in Atlanta, Georgia pulled away in impressive fashion in the second half to beat Cincinnati 84-65. That game was tied at the half before the Bulldogs won the second half in the game by 19. Blue came with 22 points to lead the way for Georgia, who starts 9-1 for a second consecutive year. Top 25 scores on the Yellowwood scoreboard. Games in progress now. Number 19, Kansas, just underway against NC State. Wolfpack the early 4-3 lead, but they've played just 3 minutes. 11th ranked Louisville, dominant against Memphis. Cardinals lead the Tigers 95-66. Still 2.5 to go, so Louisville likely to hit the century mark there. It is a 2-possession game in Champaign. Number 23, Nebraska, leads 13th ranked Illinois 70-65. 5.5 minutes to go in that Big Ten battle. Finals in the top 25 today. Again, non-SEC teams. 7th ranked Houston blitz New Orleans 99-57. Cougars are 10-1. 6th ranked Purdue, a 20-point winner over Marquette 79-59. Tigers and Boilermakers hook up in Indianapolis a week from today. In the Big Ten, 9th ranked Michigan State pulled a road win out of Penn State 76-72. Spartans moved to 9-1 on the season. 14th ranked North Carolina, a comfortable win over South Carolina upstate, 80-62 today in Chapel Hill. A double-double for Caleb Wilson, 20 points and 11 rebounds. And number 22, St. John's, cruised to a win over Iona, 91-64. That is a comprehensive Yellowwood scoreboard. Our score at Conecuh halftime, Auburn leads Chattanooga 43-38. We'll take a look around Auburn athletics, update the women's basketball schedule, and more when we come back to Conecuh halftime. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Conecuh sausage is a fan favorite for tailgating, always great on the grill, and it's the official sausage dog and hot dog of the Auburn Tigers. Conecuh sausage is made from the finest cuts of pork, their patented blend of seasonings, and smoked over a pure hickory fire for that true Southern flavor. Be sure to visit the Conecuh Gift Shop in Evergreen, Alabama, right off I-65 at exit 96. Enjoy a crowd-pleasing Conecuh sausage dog while watching the Tigers and make Conecuh part of your game day. Conecuh sausage since 1947, a real winner.
Here's a clip from a recent Talking Tigers podcast with Andy Burcham.
Auburn place kicker Alex McPherson.
I think the only time I really thought, like, am I still going to be able to play football was when we were talking about the surgery. And then my surgeon came in and was like, you know, Rolf Benerschke? And I was like, no. And so we looked him up, and he kicked in the NFL with 2 bags. And now I talk to Rolf a lot. And so it's just cool. So we looked him up, and my surgeon assured me, he was like, yeah, you can still play football with a bag. Like, you can do anything with a bag. Like, you could skydive, you could scuba dive, you could do all sorts of things. You don't have to be done playing football. And so that was definitely exciting for me because I didn't want to be done with football.
New episodes of the Talking Tigers podcast are released Mondays wherever you listen to podcasts. Subscribe to the Talking Tigers podcast exclusively from the Auburn Sports Network.
Since 1992, Alicomp has been putting points on the board by providing championship-level workers' compensation insurance to Alabama-based businesses of all types and sizes. Alicomp has the right people in the right positions to produce the results to save you money and pays you a dividend. Your team is your most valuable asset, so make sure that they are protected. Ask your agent for an Alicomp quote today. Get the coverage you can count on with Alicomp. Don't just insure, be sure. It's the Alicomp way.
Welcome back to the Auburn Sports Network studios. I'm Brad Law. Auburn leads Chattanooga 43-38 at Conecuh halftime. Time to take a look around Auburn athletics, and that is presented as always by Auburn Bank, champions of you. Women's basketball is back in a big way in the week that is upcoming. The Tigers are 8-2 in Larry Vickers' first season, and after a week and a half break for final exams, women's basketball opens a stretch of 3 games in 3 states in 5 days. That begins tomorrow afternoon as the Tigers take on Seton Hall at Seton Hall in South Orange, New Jersey. It is a noon Central start. Broadcast time on ESPN 106.7 in the Auburn-Opelika area. Everywhere else on the Auburn Athletics app. 11:45 with Britt Bowen tomorrow morning. Tigers 8-2. Seton Hall is 5-3. Pirates have dropped their last 2 games, falling on the road at NC State and then dropping a 1-point contest at home to Columbia. Following tomorrow's game, Auburn goes from New Jersey to Tennessee for a Tuesday game at Middle Tennessee, and then is back on the Plains Thursday for a home game against Alcorn State. A win tomorrow would give Auburn a 9-2 start to the season, and it would be Auburn's second true road win of the year, which would match the total from last season. And it would also be Auburn's first road win at a Big East opponent since 2004-2005, when the Tigers won by 13 at Syracuse. Auburn and Seton Hall playing for the second time ever in women's basketball. Tigers won the only other meeting in 2010 when the two got together in the Bahamas. So women's basketball back with 3 games over a 5-day span, starting tomorrow against Seton Hall. Again, noon is the start time, 11:45 the broadcast time on the radio in the Auburn-Opelika area, everywhere on the Auburn Athletics app. Give you the stats from the first half. Auburn leads Chattanooga 43-38. Conecuh halftime continues in a moment.
The Whataburger Buffalo Ranch Chicken Strip Sandwich is back, and it's still bigger and better than any chicken sandwich out there. More chicken strips, more Monterey Jack cheese smothered in buffalo and ranch, all on a 5-inch bun. There's so much crispy, cheesy, saucy goodness, you may find yourself speechless when someone asks what's your favorite part. Not because you can't find the words, just because it's hard to talk when your mouth's full with this much deliciousness. The Buffalo Ranch Chicken Strip Sandwich is back for a limited time. What a burger.
Ants in the kitchen, termites under the floor, mosquitoes in the backyard. It's a full court infestation. Don't let them score. Call Cook's Pest Control. Nobody beats Cook's when it comes to superior protection against unwanted pests. Cook's knowledgeable and courteous technicians are expertly trained to get the job done right, guaranteed. With Cook's on your team, your home's defense is unstoppable.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie Cook's Pest Control.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. We've got the highest payouts and the most epic rewards. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Since 1992, Alicomp has been putting points on the board by providing championship-level workers' compensation insurance to Alabama-based businesses of all types and sizes. Alicomp has the right people in the right positions to produce the results to save you money and pays you a dividend. Your team is your most valuable asset, so make sure that they are protected. Ask your agent for an Alicomp quote today. Get the coverage you can count on with Alicomp. Don't just insure, be sure. It's the Alicomp way. Pettiford, baseball pass, Overton, left wing, Hall, 3, got it!
It's a way to go from one side of the floor to the other. Pettiford brought it down the right side, skipped past it to Overton in the deep corner on the other side, found Hall wide open for the 3-ball.
Yeah, Keyshawn Hall with his made 3 in the first half. He is leading all scorers with 12 points. Auburn leads Chattanooga 43-38 at Conecuh halftime. Let's take a look at your stats from the first half. Those are presented by SeatGeek. Auburn basketball fans, SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so that you can be a part of all the courtside action this season. Whether you're buying or selling basketball tickets, SeatGeek's the official ticket marketplace of Auburn basketball. Let's go Tigers. SeatGeek. Pretty similar as you would expect in a 2-possession game. Tigers lead by 5. Auburn shooting 52% from the floor, 16 of 31. Mocs are 44%, 14 of 32. Auburn 1 fewer attempt and 2 more makes. From 3, Auburn is 6 of 17. Chattanooga 5 of 13. Auburn 5 of 7 at the free throw line, and Chattanooga 5 of 6. So really similar there. The biggest advantage either way is on the glass. Auburn has a 22-10 rebounding edge through the first 20 minutes, including a 7-2 edge on the offensive glass. But Auburn's turned that into a +4 advantage in second chance points. It's noteworthy in a 5-point game. You're +4 at 7-3. Bench points, Auburn +4, 16-12. Points in the paint, a little too close. Tigers have a +2 edge there, 20-18. 4 steals for Chattanooga, none for Auburn. Tigers have given it away 6 times, and Auburn has forced just 1 turnover. Or forced 1 turnover in the first half. Individually, Keyshawn Hall with 12 points. He's also grabbed 5 big rebounds. Keyshawn Murphy with 5 points and 5 rebounds as well. So those 2 guys together have 10. Chattanooga as a team has 10. Other scoring, Freeman coming off the bench today, has 10 points on 4 of 7 shooting. Elijah Freeman, 10 points and 4 rebounds for the Tigers. 6 points apiece for Simon Walker and Tahad Pettiford. 5 points for Keyshawn Murphy, as we mentioned, and 2 points apiece for Kevin Overton and Sebastian Williams-Adams. For Chattanooga, leading scorer, they have 1 player in double figures, and that is Teddy Washington Jr. He has 12 points on 4 of 6 shooting. Darner has 9. He's 3 of 4 from long range to get to his 9 points. Friesen, the point guard, has 4 assists and just 1 turnover on the day. Auburn's leading assister, Keyshawn Hall, and Caden Magwood have 3 apiece. All adds up to a 5-point lead. Your score once again at Conecuh halftime, Auburn 43, Chattanooga 38. We'll go back to Atlanta after this final halftime timeout. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
From the thrill of the game to your own peaceful retreat, all in one game day.
The Residences at Arbor Lake in the heart of Auburn combines comfort, connection, and calm. A short drive from the stadium and AU campus, the Residences at Arbor Lake is a 35-acre escape with stocked fishing lake and private balcony for each unit in the 55-plus apartment community, locally owned and operated. Discover your quiet place. The Residences at Arbor Lake. War Eagle.
Summer's here and the open road is calling. RV Roadway answers the call with new and used RVs from the top brands you trust, all ready for your next adventure. With 2 Alabama locations in Opelika and Calera, RV Roadway is ready to help you hit the road in style. And if you need maintenance, their expert service center keeps you rolling smoothly all summer long. Start your journey at RVRoadway.com. RV Roadway, where we sell RVs for less.
Life moves fast. Shouldn't your checking account keep up? Meet Explore Checking from Max Credit Union. No monthly fees, no minimum balance requirement. Enjoy perks like access to your paycheck up to 2 days early, earning rewards that can be turned into cash each time you spend with your Max debit card. Plus, with 24/7 digital banking and an easy-to-use mobile app, managing your money is quick and effortless. Start exploring today at mymax.com/explore. Certain restrictions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, this is DeMarcus Riddick, looking for a street legal golf cart. Diamond Golf Carts has the largest selections in the state, and the store is right off the Opelika Road, closer than you think, with the location in Auburn, Birmingham, and Huntsville. Raising the bar since 2012, golf cart sales and service. Need a tune-up? Diamond Golf Carts is full service for all your golf carts need, and they offer pickup and delivery. Carrying brands such as Easy Go, Club Car, Yamaha, and much more. Visit DiamondGolfCart.com and drive different, drive Diamond.
Welcome back to Atlanta, 43-38 at the half. Chattanooga will have the ball to open the second half. Andy Bertram, Randall Dickey, Brad Law with you today. Quick defensive key for the Tigers here in the second half, Randall.
Tigers 101. Defense must be much better. You've got to stay between the guy you're guarding and the basket. We're allowing Chattanooga to get inside the paint, getting angles. It's opening up layups. It's also opening up three-point shots is what they live on.
Chattanooga's ball to open the second half. Watkins throws it top of the circle. Friesen, right wing for Smith inside the arc. Right side of the lane, down the lane. Watkins loops it back out to the right wing. Top of the circle for Friesen. 15 to shoot. Friesen, whistle, foul. It's going to go against Chattanooga. I think it's going to be on the screen provided by Brennan Watkins.
When they did that dribble handoff, sometimes the guy that hands the ball off will try to rub screen or kind of shadow screen. In that time, he held it a little bit too long and moved, created the illegal screen.
Auburn against the press. Pettiford, left wing. Freeman goes baseline to the basket. Head fake gets bumped underneath the basket by Richards on his way up. And Elijah will go to the line for a couple for the Tigers. Good first half of basketball for Elijah. For the first time in a while, Randall coming off the bench here today.
Well, I think it's might be a good thing because we needed a spark to come off the bench that can score, continue the offensive flow of the game. That time he took it immediately, put it on the deck, and went to the basket and got fouled.
First free throw is good for Elijah Freeman. That gives him 11 points on the contest. Gives Auburn a 44-38 lead with 19:35 to go in the second half.
Elijah can really put the ball in the basket, but he might be able to get more shots like that. In transition, he sprinted really hard, got deep in the corner. That opened up the drive.
Freeman knocks home both. Tigers up 45-38, 19:30 in the second half of play. Friesen off the right wing, drives all the way to the hole, kicks it to the corner. Free ball. It's up and it's missed. Weak side rebound. Pulled in by Sebastian Williams-Adams. Up the floor to Elijah Freeman. Free throw line spins and he just dribbled the ball away. And here's Smith the other way for Chattanooga. And a drive by Watkins, and he is buried at the top of the key by Auburn. Foul will be called against the Tigers.
One of the key fundamentals that Chattanooga utilizes as good as any team that we've seen play is the shot fake, and they try to get you up off the floor and then open up driving angles.
Friesen inside the arc, out to the top it comes for Watkins. Now Smith inside the arc. Richards, ball deflected into the backcourt by Keyshawn Murphy. To the right wing for Friesen. Shot clock at 9. Friesen inside the arc right side. Near the baseline. Lobs it out to the top for Smith. Down to 4. Down to 3. Shoots the running one-hander. It's good.
They're going to duck their head, put it on the deck, and try to get to the basket. That time they did at the end of the clock.
45-40 Auburn. Murphy in the middle of that zone, lost the ball. Friesen the other way, 3-on-1 for Chattanooga. Friesen to the hole against Pettiford. Pettiford knocked him to the floor. That's going to be the third foul on Tahad, and it will put Friesen, an 80% free throw shooter, at the line for 2, with Auburn leading by 5.
Well, a little bit of a silly turnover by Murphy that time. He got the ball at the top of at the free throw line. He is so tall. When he turned around, he was looking over the top of the defense, put it on the floor, and it never got back to him. And they came in there and stripped him.
Ooh, Friesen missed the free throw. Fell off the front of the iron. In Division II a year ago at Pittsburgh State, he was the conference player of the year. He missed that first free throw. Auburn's lead is 5. Friesen can cut the lead to 4 right here. And he does.
They just keep hanging around. They're certainly steady in what they do. They stay in this 1-2-2 3/4 court press just to try to slow the Tigers down a little bit.
Hall on the wing. By the way, Magwood checks in for Pettiford, who has 3 fouls. And he has the ball in the middle of the floor. Freeman right back to Magwood. Shot clock at 13. Right wing Hall, way outside the arc, right side.
In that matchup zone, they just keep handing each other off defensively.
And a steal. Ooh. Washington, off a bad pass by Hall, drives, spins in the lane, kicks it to the corner. 3-ball, Watkins, good.
They get the ball deep inside the paint. The defense has to collapse. And it opens up wide open shooters on the perimeter.
And it's a 1-point Auburn lead. 17:47 in the second. Down the lane, Murphy fouled from behind by Chattanooga. And the foul will be whistled against Billy Smith, the senior from Indianapolis. That's where Auburn's headed next. Indianapolis next Saturday, 5:30. Auburn and Purdue. Our broadcast starts at 5. Inbound in the corner, Hall. Magwood, top of the circle, Murphy. Now to Magwood. Auburn's lead is down to 1. Right wing, Freeman. Elijah, 3-ball, right wing, in and out. And the rebound to Richards for Chattanooga. They can take the lead right here. Left wing, Friesen drives inside the arc, down through the lane. Off the right side. Now top of the circle for Washington. Picked up by Sebastian. Drives, goes Washington, and dribbled the ball out of bounds. Auburn gets it. Just the third turnover by Chattanooga in today's game.
They are very methodical and very persistent on what they're doing offensively. They keep driving, trying to get around the size of the Tigers.
Against the press. Sebastian across midcourt, now to Magwood. Tigers lead by 1, 45-44, 17:05 in the second half. Magwood in the key, Hall. Keyshawn down the lane through a double team, up for the shot, he drew the foul. Keyshawn will go to the line for a couple. I think the foul's Smith. Nope, that's incorrect. It's Watkins called for the foul. It's his second, and Keyshawn Hall is at the line for the Tigers. He's the leading scorer in the game with 12 points. He's 3 of 4 from the free throw line today. He has 5 rebounds as well. And the free throw is good for Keyshawn Hall.
Tigers waited a little bit longer before they ran him back to the high post. They've kept him out of there. That time, they got him the ball, and he's been the most effective player for the Tigers around the high post area, getting fouled and scoring.
And he knocked down both of his free throws. He's now 5 of 6 from the free throw line, and Auburn leads it by 3, 47-44. Friesen against Magwood, number 5 against number 5. Friesen in the center circle, to the right wing, down the lane, to the basket. Nobody was fouled. Magwood will get called for this foul.
That's another time they got him on the move defensively instead of staying between the ball and the basket. He allowed him to have an angle. He took it all the way to the basket, left the floor, tried to score it. Magwood had to foul him. That's something Chattanooga has consistently done.
Friesen gets a couple. He's 1 of 2 from the line tonight, or today, and the free throw is good. Jordan Friesen, 6-foot junior from Memphis, Overton High School, transferred from Division II Pittsburgh State. And he knocked on both free throws. 47-46 Auburn, 16-47 Second half of play, Auburn led by as many as 13 in the first half. Sebastian to Magwood, walks it across the big Hawks logo here in Atlanta. Picks up the dribble, top of the circle, Murphy. Murph, free throw line, Sebastian, low post, Hall, head fake up with the reverse layup, it's good.
That's what Sebastian Williams-Adams can bring to this team. Playing the 4 position is the high-low action because he can pass. Made a pinpoint pass to Hall for the layup.
Auburn 49, Chattanooga 46. Smith, left wing, low post, Bowman. Working against Hall. Back to the wing, left side for Friesen. To Bowman, hands to Friesen, 10 to shoot. Down the left side of the lane, pull up jumper, good. 49-48 Auburn, 15:57, second half of play. Sebastian Williams-Adams races across midcourt. Magwood, left corner, Freeman. Back to the wing, Magwood. Off the right wing, it's Hall from Sebastian Williams-Adams. Hall on the baseline, double team, Sebastian. Out to the top, Magwood, open three, good!
Anytime you move the ball from one side of the floor to the other, quicker than the defense can react, it opens up easy shots. Magwood rose up and made a nice jumper.
His first three of the day, 52-48 Auburn, 15:54, or 24 in the second half. Washington outside the arc, left wing, picks it up, left wing Smith, goes baseline against Hall, spins, goes up, and it fell.
Just taking you one-on-one and scoring. That's hard to accept from the coaching staff, is to defend that basketball.
Murphy down the lane, he draws the foul. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network.
Media time.
15:03 in the second half. Keyshawn Murphy shoots a couple free throws when we come back. Auburn 52, Chattanooga 50. Stay tuned, Auburn basketball continues in a moment.
You've created a comfortable home office. Now let Carrier provide the cash bonus. For a limited time, you can claim up to $1,550 in cool cash rebates on a qualified Carrier home comfort system. There's never been a better time to upgrade to year-round premium comfort and energy savings. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Just how good is Pure Talk's current deal for unlimited wireless? Well, you might say it's the deal of your lifetime. Because right now, for just $29.95 a month, Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for life. Not your phone's life, your life. This is Pure Talk's top-tier plan. It comes with a crazy fast 5G network along with a 30-gig hotspot. And at just $29.95 a month, there has never been a better opportunity to lock in a ridiculously low rate for as long as you live. And save thousands and thousands of dollars along the way. This plan is normally $65 a month. But if you switch today, you will save over 50% every single month for the rest of your life. See what I mean? It really is the deal of your lifetime. Dial pound 250, say micro, offer ends 12/14. Some restrictions apply. Details at puretalk.com.
Auburn basketball is brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Eat more chicken and War Eagle with Chick-fil-A.
15:03 to go in the second. Auburn 52, Chattanooga 50. Keyshawn Murphy going to the free throw line for a couple for Auburn. Take on game day with a great taste of Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
The Tigers and the Mocs have just kind of traded baskets in this half. Auburn's 2 for 3, 1 for 2, 4 for 4. From the free throw line, Chattanooga's 4 for 5, 1 for 2 from the 3, and 3 for 4 from the line. It's given the Mocs an opportunity to kind of carve their way back in. Defense got to pick up a little bit. We got to contain that basketball and make it hard, utilize our size on the glass.
First free throw by Keyshawn Murphy is good.
Which we are dominating on the glass, but there's not been a lot of missed shots.
Auburn shooting 66% from the field in the second half. Chattanooga 80. Murphy's second free throw is good.
Tigers looks like they're going to pick up their press.
Murphy will come out, and Jovic is in on the low post for Auburn. Inbound Friesen, or that's Friesen. Across midcourt against Elijah Freeman. Left wing for Watkins. At the top, it's Smith. Back to Watkins. Wide open three. Didn't get it. Rebound pulled in by Hall for Auburn. Tigers lead it by 4 with the ball. 14:47 in the second. 3-ball, left wing. Sebastian Williams-Adams didn't get it. And the rebound to Friesen for Chattanooga. He drives to the basket. Loops back out on the wing. Top of the circle, Washington. To Friesen on the left wing, guarded by Freeman. Top of the circle, Smith. Picked up by Hall. Back door, Watkins to the hole. Put it up, block, and a goaltend against Auburn. I think, or there's a foul.
I think they called a foul. It looked like a clean block, but it might
sure
not even
did.
been.
Whew. That's a clean block for Auburn.
I think it was on Magwood underneath the basket. They kind of got beat back door. Sebastian had to come over and help and did and block the shot.
It was against Magwood.
That's what happened. Magwood ended up fouling as the guy cut behind him to get to the basket.
And it's a 2-shot foul for Brennan Watkins. So they did not give him the goaltend there. Hold on.
Yeah,
they're going to take a look at this, I think. Auburn leads 54-52. And Dan Earl, the head coach for Chattanooga, talking with Justin Shamian, one of the officials, as to whether I think they would like to see a review of the block by Auburn after the foul was called.
I wonder if that situation is reviewable.
Well, we saw a replay. It looked like the ball was blocked cleanly and then off the glass. All right, Watkins gets a couple. It's 54-50 now, and his free throw is good. So they've taken the basket away from Chattanooga, and Watkins trims the lead to 3 with 14:27 to go in the second half. Washington out of the lineup, and they go back to one of their bigs and Mekhi Richards. Watkins can cut the lead to 2 with 14:27 to go in the second, and he does.
Well, the Mocs, they just won't go away, and the Tigers just continue putting them at the line and letting them get to the basket and get deep in the heart of their defense, which creates openings for the Mocs.
Magwood outside the arc. Right side, 13 to shoot for the Tigers. Auburn leads by 2 as we approach the 14-minute mark of the second half. Skip past Freeman. In the corner, Hall. 3-ball Hall off the side of the glass. Rebound Jovic for Auburn. Phillip, one dribble. Head fake up, and nobody's fouled.
Really a scrappy player. He got an offensive rebound, spun around on the block, created the angle, almost got it in the basket, but ended up getting fouled. Getting a chance for 2 free throws here. Really nice move by Phillip.
Foul against Watkins is his third. All 3 have come in the second half. And Jovic is at the line for 2 for Auburn. First free throw, good. First point of the day for the freshman for Bosnia-Herzegovina. Auburn by 3, 55-52. Second free throw from Phillip, good.
Nice job there. That's what a good offensive rebounder when you get fouled like that. Cash in, get you 2 free throws.
Auburn's lead is 4. Jovic stepped in front of the pass and deflected it out of bounds. He said that Richards deflected it out of bounds after Jovic deflected the ball, but it will stay Chattanooga basketball.
Press was pretty hot that time.
And a foul. Friesen just knocked Elijah Freeman to the floor as he was coming to the ball against the Auburn press. Second foul on Friesen, and Auburn gets the ball back.
He sure did. He just kind of pushed him away to try to create an opening because that press is really frustrated.
Murphy and Pettiford back in for Auburn as Jovic and Magwood comes out. Sebastian Williams-Adams is also in for Auburn as Jovic does eventually sit down. So here's your 5. Hall, Pettiford, Sway, Murphy, and Freeman for Auburn. Tiger ball out of bounds, baseline left. Inbound Hall, left side of the circle. Low post for Murphy. Goes up and scores.
Nice baseline out of bounds called by the bench for the Auburn Tigers. Went high-low that time. Hall to Sebastian Williams-Adams for two.
58-52 Tigers, 13-42 in the second half. Watkins at the point right now. Gets the ball high post for Richards. Richards, one dribble. Off the left side, a pass for Johnson. Right wing it goes for Billy Smith. Smith to Richards in the key. Right back to Smith. Had a three for a moment, didn't take it. Working on Murphy, 7 to shoot. Head fake, fadeaway from 15, short. Rebounded to Hot Pettiford for Auburn. Tigers lead by 6 with the ball.
That's a good shutout there. Shut them out defensively and won that possession.
Sebastian Williams-Adams pass deflected and stolen by Friesen. The other way for Chattanooga. Friesen down the lane against Murph. In the lane at the top. Watkins head fake at 3. 15-footer in the air. He missed it. Rebound Murphy for Auburn. Outlet Pettiford. Here's Auburn racing forward. Pettiford to the right wing between the legs dribble. Switches to the left hand. 22 to shoot for Auburn. Tigers by 6. 12:50 in the second half. Pettiford drives and a foul. It's going to go against Jakari Johnson. And that will put Auburn at the free throw line for a 1 and bonus at the 12:49 mark of the second half. Fouls have come a lot quicker in the second half than they did in the first, Randall.
Tigers really was more aggressive, trying to attack the basket. We've got a couple of offensive rebounds that's created fouls for the Chattanooga. But we're going to shoot free throws for a long time with 12:49 left. So that's got to be a game plan changer, is to continue to be on the attack. If you don't get a shot, get fouled and get you a free throw.
First free throw is good for Jahad Pettiford, shooting 84% from the line this season. Opportunity to take the lead to 8 right here. And he got the kind roll. In the home of the Atlanta Hawks, Auburn's lead is now 8, 60-52. They throw a baseball pass to get Friesen underneath. He drives and he missed the layup. Rebound Murphy. I think he was further away from the basket than he thought when he went up for the shot.
Yeah, I think he lost his ability to understand the geography of the court that time, and he ended up having a long layup away from outside the
Sway,
paint.
low post Murphy, spins up from 5. Good! Tigers by 10, timeout Chattanooga. 12:28 to go in the second. Auburn right now on an 8-0 run in the last minute and a half. And with 12:28 to go, Auburn leads it 62-52. Stay tuned. This is the Auburn Sports Network. Welcome back to the Ford F-150 Truck Highlight Show.
We saw an outstanding performance, Andy.
It wasn't just a performance, Gabe. F-150 sent a message.
I mean, come on. Towing, payload, technology. It's one highlight after another.
Gabe, it's always game on with a Ford F-150. For the latest offers on the official truck of the Auburn Tigers, see your local Ford dealer today. War Eagle.
Alabama Power is here for you when big storms hit. But we're also here for the little things. We're there to get the coffee started, to make sure everyone's ready for school, for midday dance breaks, and evening entertainment. We're also there to help you save on all that energy with easy-to-use tips, tools, and efficiency programs. So enjoy these moments.
Kids, movie night.
And we'll do the rest. Visit alabamapower.com and follow us on social to learn more.
Auburn women's basketball returns home Thursday, December 18th for the final game before the holidays. The Tigers host Alcorn State at 6 p.m. Central. Tickets are available at aubtix.com. Be sure to bring a teddy bear to spread holiday cheer with a teddy bear toss. Kids of all ages will receive a donated book as part of the Tigers book drive. Make your plans now to see Auburn and Alcorn State in Neville Arena, Thursday night at 6 p.m. Central. War Eagle!
Brad Law, quick check of the Yellowwood scoreboard. Army-Navy. Navy with the only points of the fourth quarter, a touchdown to take a 17-16 lead. Midshipmen have it 4th and 1 at the Army 41 with 2:15 to go. If they convert, Navy's going to win. Army with a stop will have a chance, down 1. 17-16, Navy the lead, 2:15 to go. Let's go back out now to Atlanta. Voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham and Coach Randall Dickey.
Brad, thank you. 12:28 to go in the second half here. Auburn has gone on an 8-0 run in the last minute and 30. Chattanooga 0 of its last 4. No field goals in the last 2:46 for the Mocs.
Spurtability. That's what the Tigers had then. They got after it, stretched the lead, got on a nice run. They need to continue it, strengthen their defense. Don't turn the basketball over. Get a shot every time down the floor. Make it really tough down this last 12 minutes on the Chattanooga Mocs.
The Mocs called the timeout. Auburn three-quarter court pressure leading by 10. Watkins, the inbound to Friesen. 12:23 and a counting clock in the second in Atlanta. Auburn up by 10 against Chattanooga. Friesen, left hash mark. Gets a screen off to the right side of the key. Kicks it left wing. Washington down the left side of the lane. Back out to the top for Smith. Smith, ball deflected. Near steal. Ball still loose. Smith comes up with it. 5 to shoot. Right corner. Friesen drives and gets bumped by Murphy out of bounds. No, he stepped out of bounds. He stepped out of bounds and Auburn gets the ball back. That's just the 5th turnover of the ball game for Chattanooga, and we have the 12-minute media timeout. The score, Auburn 62 and Chattanooga 52. With each Tigers three-pointer, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services makes a $25 donation to Outlive, which benefits local cancer patients and treatment centers. Auburn with 7 threes today. Stay tuned, friends. Auburn basketball continues in a moment.
Alabama Power is here for you when big storms hit, but we're also here for the little things. We're there to get the coffee started, to make sure everyone's ready for school, for midday dance breaks and evening entertainment. We're also there to help you save on all that energy with easy-to-use tips, tools, and efficiency programs. So enjoy these moments.
Kids, movie night.
And we'll do the rest. Visit alabamapower.com and follow us on social to learn more.
Hi, I'm Kylie.
I'm John.
And I'm Garrison. And a little thing we love about the 30-count Chick-fil-A nuggets
is sharing it in the car during the holidays.
I do love that. We will pack the car with gifts, and of course, we go and pick up our family's favorite nuggets.
Every nugget is tasty times quadrillion.
And we get all the sides.
Yeah, the ooey gooey mac and cheese is a big hit.
Everyone from 1 to 116 would love Chick-fil-A's chicken nuggets.
Share the nuggets, share the joy. Order the 30-count Chick-fil-A nuggets on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
At East Alabama Health, our team of employees and physicians is ranked among the best season after season. In the past year alone, Becker's has named us one of the top 150 places to work in healthcare. Newsweek has called us the best in-state hospital. And for the second year in a row, Newsweek also named us as one of America's best maternity hospitals. But you know what makes us most proud at East Alabama Health? Is being an official partner of the Auburn Tigers. Join our winning team today at eastalabamahealth.org.
Defensive statistics are presented by Cook's Pest Control. Cook's is the South's most trusted name in pest control and the official pest control partner of the Auburn Tigers.
Well, let's take a look at rebounding, and Auburn should be out rebounding Chattanooga. Auburn's by far the bigger team today, and the Tigers are doing just that. Auburn is out rebounded Chattanooga 28-12 in the game and 6-2 in the second half of play. Both teams done a nice job with turnovers. 10 for Auburn, 5 for Chattanooga.
Well, I've really been impressed with Chattanooga today on how methodical their offense have been. They have really done a good job against the Tigers being outsized the way they are.
With 12 minutes to go, how long does Chattanooga stay with that methodical offense before it tries to pick up the pace if Auburn can continue a double-digit lead at this point?
I don't think they can change their game plan at all because it's worked for them. The thing they've done is they've missed 3 shots in a row. It's given the Tigers a chance to have the spurtability and scoring on the other end.
Pettiford from Murphy, left wing Hall, ball deflected to Keyshawn. He's open for a 3. Nope. Rebound Sebastian. Nice pass, Murph. Murph in the lane, double teamed. Out to the top. Pettiford, straight away, three, in and out. Rebound, Freeman for the putback.
Well, he's soaring through the air from the wing, stayed in the air long enough to retrieve it off the glass and stick it back in one motion. What a play by Elijah Freeman.
64-52 Tigers. Now a 10-0 run by Auburn in the last 2.5 minutes. In the lane, Washington up. He didn't get it. Rebound Murphy. Outlet Pettiford. 3-on-2. Underneath Sebastian. Lost it. Got it back. Double team. Goes up. Nobody's fouled.
The strength and the size, that's the key. The Chattanooga Mocs will run out of gas as long as we continue to pound the glass, continue to retrieve the defense and give them one shot. If they miss it, get it off the glass and go to the other end. And you see the last 2 or 3 possessions, that's happened.
Mekhi Richards called for his 3rd foul, and Sebastian Williams-Adams hit the back of the iron, the front of the iron, and it fell through.
Yeah, it kind of tested all areas of the cylinder that time, didn't it? But he did go in, and we'll brag on him for that. He's got to continue to get better.
Oh, that second free throw looked money, baby.
That is nice.
Auburn right now on a 12-0 run. Auburn now leads it by 14. They had trouble getting the ball inbound. They just did. And now Watkins across midcourt with Auburn leading by 14 points, 66-52. Holland left wing for Chattanooga. At the top, left wing, head fake at 3 by Smith to Holland at the top. Right side, Watkins outside the arc, 12 to shoot. Bowman, reach in on Murphy. Can't do that far away from the basket.
Yeah,
That'll be the first foul on Keyshawn.
I think he anticipated the ball staying where it was at for a length of time, and it just was hard for him not to reach in there and slap at it. End up getting his arm.
Auburn on a 12-0 run. Washington right wing for Chattanooga. 13 to shoot for the Mocs. Into the lane, to the basket, he scores.
They utilize that. They just continue to methodically move it around, and if you make a mistake defensively, they're there to drive it to the basket for a layup.
66-54, Auburn on top. Tiger basketball to Hod Pettiford, to Murphy between the circles. Free throw line, Sebastian Williams-Adams. Shoot it up, missed it. Rebound out of bounds off of Chattanooga. Well, I love the ball movement there, just didn't fall for the Tigers.
Tigers are getting anything they want, high-low, drives from the baseline. They're getting the ball inside. They're just not finishing the last couple of possessions.
Inbound Hall, right left side of the key. Puts it on the floor, and he draws a foul on Washington. Teddy just picked up his first. Played at Texas A&M Corpus Christi and then SEMO, Southeast Missouri State, before transferring to Chattanooga.
We got Hall the ball again around that free throw line area. Really does a good job one-on-one, but he does a better job drawing the fouls, getting to the free throw line.
That ball hit the front of the iron and then just crawled over and in.
Yeah, it's a little bit flat. Sometimes when guys drop their hand instead of staying with it,
nothing but net there.
It gets a little flat. That time he left his wrist until it hit the basket, which had great follow-through.
Auburn is 19 of 21 from the line today. Tigers lead at 68-54. 10-11, second half of play, Chattanooga basketball. Teddy Washington Jr. across midcourt. Top of the circle picked up by Tahad. Washington kicks it left wing. Smith outside the arc to Bowman. Bowman, one dribble, picked it up. Gives it to Washington there. Washington to the top. Holland back to Washington to the top for Smith. 4 to shoot. Smith behind the back. Dribble stolen by Elijah Freeman with Tahad Pettiford. Elijah to the hole, banks it up and got it. And an injured Chattanooga player. Trailing the play, Billy Watkins.
Looks like he's been taped a little bit already behind
the back of his right leg, and he comes off with help of the athletic trainer for Chattanooga. Auburn's lead now 16 points at 70-54. Biggest lead of the ball game for the Tigers.
Looks like it might be a previous injury that's kind of got worse on that play, that's for sure.
Murphy and Pettiford come out for the Tigers. Jovic back into the lineup along with Caden Magwood. Drive by Friesen through the lane. Left wing, Holland. Head fake there. On the left side, it's Friesen again. In the lane, head fake against Jovic. Top of the circle for Washington. Drives in the lane. Fade away by Washington. He didn't get it. Rebound tapped up and in by Bowman. his first field goal of the day. 70-56 Tigers, 9:15, second half of play. Magwood, bounce pass, Hall outside the arc, right side. Jovic, left wing. Further down the wing, it's Freeman. He's open for a three. Elijah didn't get it. Rebound out of bounds to Chattanooga. Tiger Talk Thursday night. It will be our final Tiger Talk of 2025. And next up for this Auburn basketball team, a week from tonight, Tigers against Purdue in Indianapolis at Gainbridge Arena. Auburn will be playing in its second straight NBA arena. Our coverage starts at 5 from Indy, home of the Final Four this season. 20 in the shot clock, Auburn by 14. Chattanooga ball, Holland in the key. Low post for Bowman against Hall. To the wing, Friesen, 11 to shoot. Friesen, behind the back dribble into the lane. Fade away from 13. He got it.
They just go one-on-one. The Tigers allow them to get the angle that time. Got it to the middle of the free throw line and just lift it up, shut the ball right over the top of us.
4-0 run by Chattanooga. Auburn's lead is 12. Jovic, low post, Sebastian, triple teamed up, nobody's fouled.
That duo right there, we should see that for a long time coming. The high-low from either Sebastian Williams-Adams to Jovic or vice versa.
Yeah.
That time, Philip Jovic made a nice pinpoint pass to Williams-Adams underneath that basket for the high-low one-on-one action.
Sebastian at the line for two, the first. That's Auburn's first miss of the second half. Blake Michalek into the game as Hall gets a rest. He played 28 minutes, most of the Auburn ball club until that point. He comes out, Michalek in. Second free throw, he missed both. Rebound tapped right back to Sebastian Williams-Adams. And now Magwood runs the show. 14 to shoot for Auburn, Tigers by 12. Magwood picks up the dribble. It's Elijah Freeman. Gets a screen. Left wing outside the arc, now inside. 5 to shoot, big jump step. Goes up, missed it. And the rebound, Chattanooga, Friesen up the floor for the Mocs. Left wing, open three ball, Smith, good. And Chattanooga will call a timeout. They've cut the lead to single digits.
I wonder if they'll make this a full media under 8 timeout, Andy.
I believe they will. Let's see. 7:55 in the second. It is a full timeout. Auburn 70, Chattanooga 61. Tigers on top. Stay tuned. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Ants in the kitchen, termites under the floor, mosquitoes in the backyard. It's a full court infestation. Don't let them score. Call Cook's Pest Control. Nobody beats Cook's when it comes to superior protection against unwanted pests. Cook's knowledgeable and courteous technicians are expertly trained to get the job done right, guaranteed. With Cook's on your team, your home's defense is unstoppable.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie Cook's Pest Control.
At East Alabama Health, our team of employees and physicians is ranked among the best season after season. In the past year alone, Becker's has named us one of the top 150 places to work in healthcare. Newsweek has called us the best in-state hospital. And for the second year in a row, Newsweek also named us as one of America's best maternity hospitals. But you know what makes us most proud at East Alabama Health? Is being an official partner of the Auburn Tigers. Join our winning team today at eastalabamahealth.org.
Where were you when this happened?
Room will trigger. Shoot to Hot Pettiford. This one's over. Remember Auburn. We're going to the Alamo. We're going to San Antonio. For the second time in school history, the second time since 2019, the Auburn Tigers are Final Four bound.
Don't miss the next heart-pounding moment. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Brad Law, Auburn Sports Network studio. Quick check of the Yellowwood scoreboard. The only other ranked team in action right now, 19th ranked Kansas, playing at NC State. Wolfpack and Jayhawks are tied at 30. Full rundown of scores, SEC and otherwise, coming up on the Regions Bank postgame show. Let's get you back out now to Atlanta. Andy Burcham and Randall Dickey.
Chattanooga on a 7-0 run. In the last 125, what was once a 16-point lead for Auburn has been trimmed tonight. Auburn basketball brought to you by Auburn Opelika Tourism. Start your next visit to the Plains at aotourism.com.
Well, I think Chattanooga, when they hit that three that time, they call that timeout. Cut it to single digits in the last 8 minutes is more than they could hope for. And so they're just going to try to shorten the game the best they can, continue to penetrate and pitch, continue to make three-point shots.
Right wing, Sebastian Williams-Adams. Jovic at the top, left wing, Freeman. Low post intended for Hall, and a whistle on a foul. I think is going to go against Friesen. Yep, that's against Friesen. It's his third, and it puts Keyshawn Hall at the line. Keyshawn, the leading scorer for Auburn with 18 points. He has 6 rebounds, 4 assists tonight for Key. He is 7 of 8 from the line. Make it 8 of 9.
Well, coming out of that timeout, the Tigers usually run a set play on offense right after a timeout. They ran it to try to get Hall the ball on the low post. Bryson ended up fouling him before he could get there. Gave up a lot of size, and so he had to push and scrap for everything he had.
Another 20-point day for Keyshawn Hall as he knocks on both free throws. Elijah Freeman called for a foul on the inbound. That's just the 6th foul against Auburn. Tigers have taken advantage from the line in this half. Auburn is 16 of 18 from the line and 21 of 25 from the free throw line in the game. The 11-point Auburn lead, 72-61. Friesen. At the top, it's Bowman. Spins down the right side of the lane, picked up by Jovic. To the right wing for Smith. In a switch, Jovic picks him up. Left wing, Holland goes baseline, picked up by Jovic. In another switch. To the sideline for Smith, 6 to shoot. Friesen puts it on the floor, drives to the hole and banks it in.
They just kind of opened it up, utilizing the switching defense played by the Auburn Tigers. Chattanooga spread the offense out. They got their mismatch that time, ended up driving to the basket.
Friesen, a team-high 15 points on the night. Auburn 72, Chattanooga 63. Jovic at the point, right wing, Sebastian Williams-Adams. One dribble with the left hand to the left wing for Freeman. Elijah, open three, good.
That was a big basket for the Tigers. It had been a while since we really cashed in on a perimeter jump shot. That time we threw over the top of the zone to an open Elijah Freeman for the three.
Freeman, 2 points under his career high. A reach in by Jovic. And that will send Chattanooga to the free throw line for a 1 and bonus. First foul on Phillip. And Friesen is at the line where he's shooting 80% this season. And he is 3 of 4 tonight.
Yeah, I think it's frustrating for Jovic. Switch off on a guard, body contact, because you're so much bigger than the other guard, but you kind of create an advantage by when you bump them, and that time put Friesen at the free throw line.
Friesen makes the first of the 1 and bonus. Trims the lead to 11. Auburn 75, Chattanooga 64. 6:40 to go in the second half. He missed the second free throw and the rebound to Keyshawn Hall. 7th rebound of the afternoon for Keyshawn. Auburn's lead is 11. Tiger ball, 6.5 minutes to go in the second half. Pettiford against Friesen. Bounce pass inside the arc. Freeman, top of the circle. Jovic, right wing for Freeman. Low post for Hall. Keyshawn, top of the circle. Open three, Pettiford, got it.
That's a really nice inside out. Keyshawn Hall had the ball on the low post. Skip past it to the top of the key to an open to Hod Pettiford.
Washington hits Smith, top of the circle. Friesen, Auburn leads it 80-64. Top of the key, Smith. Left side, Washington. Right wing, Holland. Penetrates. Low post, Bowman up. He got it. 78-64 Tigers. 5:46 on a counting clock in the second half. Auburn shooting 50% from the field in the second half. Left wing, Freeman. Tigers lead it by 12. Freeman try to bounce pass to Jovic. Stolen. Here's Chattanooga the other way. Smith on the wing. Watch out for a three here. Washington left wing, Friesen. At the top, it's Bowman to Friesen. Friesen drives on Freeman. Down the left side of the lane, kicks it out to the top for Washington. Forces his way in against Pettiford. Head fake, throws it to the top. Holland down the right side of the lane, 8 to shoot. Gets the ball to Friesen, goes up for the shot and draws the foul.
They're just constantly cutting. If they don't have the ball, they're cutting deep to the basket. If they are underneath the basket, they're sprinting hard beyond the three-point line, and with all that driving taking place at the same time, opens up avenues for Chattanooga to get the ball on a slip or a penetrating pitch or even a guy cutting to the goal.
2 more free throws for Friesen. First is good. He can cut the lead to 10 right here with 5:12 in the second. That was the 3rd foul, by the way, against Elijah Freeman. Richards replaces Bowman, and Watkins, who left earlier with a looked like a right leg injury, back in there, replacing Holland. He's a better shooter. Friesen's second free throw is good.
Well, the Tigers just got to be careful. They've cut it to 10 here with the 5-minute mark. It's going to be hard for Chattanooga to overtake the size of the Tigers, but that's given the fact that the Tigers just be efficient offensively.
Bounce pass Hall, out to the right wing Keyshawn. Baseball pass Sebastian Williams-Adams. At the top is Pettiford. Penetrates, 4 to shoot, 18-footer to Hod. No. Rebounder, Jovic for Auburn. Phillip, underneath and up, and he's fouled.
Good play, made a big step through, got the offensive rebound. Phillip has done that 2 or 3 times today on getting offensive rebounds and then getting it back to the basket and drawing fouls.
5 rebounds on the day for Phillip. He's at the line for a couple right here. The foul against Smith was his 4th. 2 free throws coming up for Phillip Jovic. He got the first one to fall.
Really good. He's got a lot of try in his heart. He's got a big Valentine on him. He's going to be a really nice player as he continues to get used to the American game and develop out.
Oh, second free throw missed. Rebound, Hall had it, lost it. Washington comes out of the pack, and then ball deflected out of bounds by Freeman under the Auburn basket. Auburn's lead is 11, 79-68, 4:34 in the second. Bowman in, Richards out. Bowman a better offensive threat, at least today, for Chattanooga.
Yep.
Auburn's lead is 11, 79-68. Friesen drives on Jovic, who blocked him, but it got him with the body as well.
Yeah, that's a hard call when you have a small guard going up against somebody like Phillip. It's a physical player.
Well, I don't know about that call. We got a pretty good look at it.
A lot of space in between those two
Sure
guys.
was. Friesen gets a couple here on the foul against Jovic.
I think most officials are human, and if you're driving to the basket, most officials are.
Okay.
Most of them. Well, give the guy with the basketball the benefit of the doubt when there's a size advantage on the defender.
Friesen makes the first free throw. He's 7 of 8. I'll make that 7 of 9. Jovic out and Murphy back in for Auburn. Back to a 10-point game. Friesen can cut the lead to 9 right here with 4:28 to go. And he does.
Tigers just got to be careful. It's a 3-possession game right now. We just got to get a good look right before this 4-minute media, make our last adjustments.
Hall left wing into the center circle with a pass for Pettiford. Auburn's lead is 9, 79-70. Hall hands the ball to Freeman. At the top, it's Pettiford, a screen. Top of the key to Hod, down the right side of the lane. Spins, 15-foot fadeaway. No, but he's fouled. Brennan Watkins just picked up his 4th. And Tahad will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 for the Tigers.
I think that's one thing will be discussed after this 4-minute media is we've been at the free throw line since almost the 12-minute mark. If you'll attack the basket, make them foul, you get to the free throw line and not settle for jump shots.
First to 2 by Tahad. Draws iron but bounces away.
Yeah, he's an outstanding, really solid free throw shooter. Just didn't go through his rhythm.
Second free throw from Tahad. That one's good.
A lot better that time.
12 points on the day for Tahad Pettiford. Auburn's lead is 10, 4:07 to go. Holland out, Smith back in for Chattanooga. 10-point Auburn lead as we approach the 4-minute mark of the second. Watkins, low post, Bowman, double team. Bowman to the top. Friesen drives to the hole, goes up, block. Rebound Bowman though. To the wing, Smith. Low post, Bowman against Freeman. Goes up, he got it.
They just keep cutting. If the first guy doesn't get the basketball, they drag the defense out to the three-point line, and the next cutter just comes right behind him. And one of those guys are usually open, and he made a nice left-handed layup on that.
Auburn's lead is 8, 80-72.
About as close as it's been in a while.
Pettiford down the left side of the lane. Open 18-footer to Hyde. Didn't get it. Rebound Billy Smith for Chattanooga. Outlet to Washington up the left side. Top of the circle, Smith. Right wing, wide open three, Friesen. Didn't get that one. Rebound Murphy for Auburn. Here's the Tigers the other way.
Right there. Good defensive board right there by the Tigers with 3 minutes left.
Murphy into the left corner, throws it over the head of Hall. And a timeout. Final media timeout of the ballgame. 3:05 to go. Auburn 80, Chattanooga 72. Mox ball when we come back. Stay tuned. Auburn basketball continues in a moment. On the court, a perfect assist sets up success. That's what the Ford F-150 truck can do for you. Whether you're up against a deadline or taking some time to unwind, F-150 delivers the power, capability, and reliability you need to make every play. From the work site to the campsite, it's game on in the Ford F-150. This is Andy Bertram. For great offers on the official truck of the Auburn Tigers, see your local Ford dealer today. Whoa, Regal. Conecuh sausage is a fan favorite for tailgating, always great on the grill, and it's the official sausage dog and hot dog of the Auburn Tigers. Conecuh sausage is made from the finest cuts of pork, their patented blend of seasonings, and smoked over a pure hickory fire for that true Southern flavor. Be sure to visit the Conecuh gift shop in Evergreen, Alabama, right off I-65 at exit 96. Enjoy a crowd-pleasing Conecuh sausage dog while watching the Tigers and make Conecuh part of your game day. Conecuh sausage since 1947, a real winner.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong, you are fearless, you are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Keep it here after the game for the Regions Bank postgame show with final stats and analysis, plus comments from Coach Pearl. Now back to the game.
3 minutes and 5 seconds in regulation. Auburn 80, Chattanooga 72. Tigers can't put the Mocs away. Auburn is led by as much as 16 in the second half. Hey, you can find your piece of paradise on the Alabama Gulf Coast with Mindy Jones of Remax Paradise. Visit mindyatparadise.com.
Big 3 minutes for the Tigers. Got about 7 or 8 possessions left. Just got to be careful here. Don't give the Chattanooga Moccasins any threes. Certainly don't foul any three-point shots. Make Chattanooga come to you and get to the free throw line and close it out in good fashion.
Chattanooga 6 of its last 8 from the field. Auburn hasn't scored in 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Bowman in the lane, Washington against Hall. Fade away from Washington. He missed it. The rebound, Freeman for Auburn. Tigers by 8 with the ball. 2:48 in the second half. Elijah picks up the dribble, gets the ball to Pettiford. To Hod. Out on the wing. Top of the circle, Murphy. Wide open 3 ball. It's no good. And the rebound to Billy Smith. I'm not sure that was Auburn's shot there.
Yeah, it's the same situation again. Defend the 3.
Washington drives on Freeman. Loops back out to the right wing. Top of the circle for Friesen. Left wing for Smith. In the lane. To the top for Friesen. Smith, wide open 3. Right wing didn't get it. Auburn fortunate. Rebound Murphy the other way for Auburn. Keyshawn, left wing Freeman. Low post, Sebastian Williams-Adams, and he was undercut by Billy Smith, who just fouled out of the game.
Well, it's been hard on Smith today, giving up all that size. He has battled hard. He got to the last 2 minutes of the game and just
14 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists for Billy Smith. Has played a lot of low post defense today with all their injuries. Murph out for Auburn, Jovic in. I think Auburn reiterating to Murphy that in spite of the fact that he had that wide open look at the top, I don't think that was not the shot that Auburn wanted right there.
Yeah, it was just a giving up the size with Murphy and Williams, Adams, and Jovic as well. But
Sebastian knocks home the first free throw. Auburn in the double bonus, by the way. Tigers lead 81-72. SWA can give Auburn a 10-point lead.
And that's big. Continue to stay at a 4-point or a 4.
8 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists for Sebastian Williams-Adams. Auburn by 10, 2:02 in the second half. Bowman, top of the key for Chattanooga. Off the right side, picks up the dribble, hands the ball to Washington. Free throw line down the lane, goes up, he got it. 8-point Auburn lead, they're pressing.
That's the thing, a minute 46, you had a 4-possession game, now you got a 3-possession game, but you do have the basketball. Wouldn't hurt to just be let's get a really good shot.
Auburn by 8, a minute 32, second half. Sebastian Williams-Adams at the free throw line. Right wing for Freeman. Down to the baseline for Hall. He's double teamed there. Top of the circle, Pettiford. Left corner, Sebastian Williams-Adams, 3. Didn't get it. Weak side rebound. Hall fouled by Washington.
That was huge offensive rebound there by Keyshawn Hall. Gives the Auburn Tigers, and he ended up getting fouled, so we got a chance to get 2 free throws.
Keyshawn Hall back at the stripe for the Tigers. 20 points and 8 rebounds on the afternoon for Keyshawn. First free throw, he got the roll. How good has Auburn been at the free throw line today?
Outstanding.
26 of 32 on the day, 21 of 25 in the second half.
They need to continue that up.
And another free throw for Hall. Auburn's lead 10, a minute 17 to go. Watkins across midcourt for the Mocs to the right wing. Top of the circle. Washington down the right side of the lane, cut off by Hall. Washington out to the right wing now. 16 to shoot. Hands the ball to Bowman. Right back to Washington. And a reach-in foul in Keyshawn Hall, who was racing the other way. It was going to be a historic dunk by Keyshawn, but he was called for the foul. And now they're in the double bonus. Freeman called for the foul. It's his 4th.
Yeah, you're going to see this is kind of their last gasp of breath right here. With a 4-possession game, up 10, they're at the free throw line.
And Washington's free throw falls for the Mocs.
It's really important that Tigers take care of the basketball on any. They're probably going to extend their press, play a little hotter than normal. Speaking of Chattanooga, they try to come after the Tigers because clock is not on their side.
Washington knocks home both. The inbound to Pettiford, working up the floor against Watkins across midcourt to the right wing, and he turned it over. Steal by Washington. It's an 8-point game with 54 seconds to go. Washington to the right wing for Friesen. Free throw line, Bowman back to Friesen. Top of the key down the right side of the lane, up from about 16. He didn't get it. Rebound, Bowman. Lost it in the corner. Sebastian Williams-Adams runs it down for Auburn. Ahead to Pettiford, who spins and gets fouled by Friesen.
Really good job that time. Great presence by the Pettiford. Seeing that Sebastian was in trouble, he was in the coffin corner. A long way from anyone. Tahad cut the distance of the pass down, went toward it, and ended up getting fouled on the way. Puts him at the free throw line. Big play.
Pettiford gets a couple. Tahad, 12 points on the day, 2 rebounds, a rebound and 2 assists, and the free throw is good. Now, Auburn hangs on to this lead for the next 37 seconds. One of the reasons they picked up a win tonight was their free throw shooting. Right now, 28 of 34. 29 of 35 now.
It's amazing. Been really good. They've really put that ball in the basket for the free throw line tonight.
Tigers by 10. Friesen races forward for Chattanooga, picks up the dribble, low post for Bowman. Goes up, he missed it. And the rebound out of there to Hall. Leads the break for the Tigers. Keyshawn Right corner, Pettiford. Head fake at 3. Pops a 3. Bang!
Big 3. You can always count on Todd Pettiford. Made a great fundamental play there. Shot fake. The guy went by him and
Watkins
made
3 at the other end. He didn't get it. Final 14 seconds to go in this one, and Auburn's going to get out of here. It will be a hard-fought victory. Hall to the wing, and he's fouled. Auburn 89, Chattanooga 76. And Keyshawn Hall back at the stripe for 2 more for Auburn. A double-double for Keyshawn, 22 points and 10 rebounds. The 18th double-double for Keyshawn Hall's career.
He certainly has been a stat stuffer today, but one of the things that's really helped him, and he's got a chance for 2 more, is he has really put the ball in the basket for the free throw line. 11 for 12 going into these 2.
Well, Hall, 22 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists.
Being a stat stuffer.
Yes. Couple free throws for Keyshawn. First, rims out. Wait a minute, that's a 2-shot foul.
Yes.
That wasn't a 1 in bonus, that was a double bonus. He'll be back at the free throw line. They were racing the other way.
I think everybody.
It took a second for everyone to realize that was a double bonus.
Everybody was surprised the ball didn't go down.
And Hall back at the stripe for Auburn. Tigers up 89-76 with 7.1 seconds to go in this one. Hall 22 points and 10 rebounds on the night. Hall's waiting to get the free throw, or getting the basketball to shoot the free throw. Not sure what the
They may have been adjusting the clock. They got to adjust the clock because when they all started to race down the other end, I think the clock started.
They've now put 9 minutes and 20 seconds on the game clock.
Oh, it'll be a hard fix this last.
9 minutes and 20 seconds. It may need to be 9.2 seconds.
That would be a lot better off for the Tigers, that's for sure.
They're working to get the right time on the play clock, on the game clock. Still waiting to get the proper time on the clock right here.
Clock operator's kind of frozen just a little bit.
Maybe just turn off the game clock and go on the play clock, which is at 9 seconds. Right? They're still working on the clock. They're still working on the clock.
It's going to give the Auburn fans a chance to wish the team a happy holiday from Atlanta.
I'm telling you, they could just turn off the game clock and just run the play clock, and we could get out of here after this free throw by Keyshawn Hall.
I think that's what they're going to try to do. I think they took your advice on that.
Well, that's what they should do. Yeah, pay attention to the play clock, not the game clock.
Yeah, the shot clock becomes the official timer.
All right, Keyshawn Hall, second free throw. After all that.
There we go.
And he missed both. Rebound Bowman. Ahead, across midcourt. Johnson drives to the hole and dunks it with 3.6 seconds to go. Trims Auburn's lead to 11. The inbound free throw line. Pettiford will pop a 3 to close it. He knocked it home.
Wow, he left Atlanta with a big smile and a 3-point shot that time at the buzzer.
A 20-point night for Pettiford, 22-point night for Hall, 19 for Freeman. And Auburn improves to 8-3 on this season with a 92-78 win against Chattanooga. Stay tuned, friends. The Regions Bank postgame show is next, and this is the Auburn Sports Network.
Hey, Mom, sorry for the late message. It's been absolutely crazy here. And this morning, I went for a run on Kailua Beach.